some money last night.
He heard his. He heard. Look, did you see the Honey's courtside? It was some baddies courtside, and it was a pool party. It was a pool party last night, and then he missed the big shot. Man, it was definitely a pool party. The baddies was on courtside, and he messed his stock up at the end of the game with that shot, man. Look, let's get right to the funk since everybody was talking about it. And salute to all you guys, man.
Ticket in the house. What up, brother?
Look, what's up? Look, Vandy on Curry. He's not locking up Curry, bro. He's doing a good job. He did a good job on. That's one game. He did a good job, but it came down to a one possession game. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The Warriors easily could have took that game to OT and won that game.
Right.
But they didn't. The
Lakers came in with a great game.
This how you gonna start off? You gonna start off like this?
Chill, Dama. Hold on. Chill, Dama. Hold on. Keep going, Ticket. Keep going. Keep going.
I mean, bro, last time I heard, you got to win 4 games to win a series.
Yes, you do.
Series ain't won.
This is not the NCAA. This is not the NCAA tournament. No, it's not.
AD getting 30 and 23 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
They won a one possession game into where they shot like 29 free throws and the Warriors shot 6.
Mm-hmm.
So they made 20 more free throws than the Warriors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm saying that because it is. The Lakers deserved to shoot more free throws last night because they were more aggressive going to the basket than the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Warriors shoot Jays. But I'm going to say this. That discrepancy is going to change next game because the Warriors are the champs and the refs are going to give them the benefit of the calls. They're going to make the calls a lot closer next game because we know Steve Kerr is going to complain about that. Now, again, I want this to be on the record. I do feel that the Lakers were more aggressive going to the basket, which is why they deserve more foul calls. But the Warriors are the defending champs. They will complain to the league about it, and they will get the foul calls close next game. Hold on. This is just how it goes. Now, you can shake your head all you want, but Chilltown knows what I'm talking about. Steve Kerr right now, they've already written a letter to the league complaining about the discrepancy because in the first half, the free throws was like almost 18-0.
In the third quarter, it was 16-0.
16-0. So they're definitely gonna change that around next game. Now, I think that was the Warriors' fault for shooting so many J's. Now, let's get to the Curry and Vandy thing. Vandy did a solid job, bro. But at the end of the day, the game will still come down to one possession. And if Jordan Poole doesn't shoot it from Iran, if he takes a step in, like Kenny Smith said, he was already cooking towards the end of that game. Him and Curry had got caught fire and brought him back in the game. Maybe he makes that shot. He took that shot from way too deep and a little too early. If he stepped in, the defender was flying past him. He could have took one step in closer, pulled up, and he probably would have knocked that shot down because it would have been an open look. Then we got a top ball game. We go into OT. They come back, right? So, like I said, you wearing Vandy thin out there. He's doing a great job with his energy. But, bro, Steph Curry still went 6 of 13 from the 3. That's 46% from the 3. Right. Steph Curry still got hot down the stretch when it was time and was putting that bitch in the rack, nigga. Mm-hmm. So everything AD did, and AD had a monster game. Like we all knew he would because Looney has no chance against him. It was a one-possession game, and guess what? You look at the stat sheet, the Lakers shot way more free throws than these guys. Mm-hmm. We know why. I just explained it. Klay Thompson was 9 of 25 from the field. That's horrible.
Oh, Jesus.
Steph Curry was 10 of 24 from the field. That's bad. Wiggins
wonder why that was.
No, hold on.
Keep going.
Hold on. Wiggins wasn't involved enough. And Draymond Green was a liability offensive. Now, let me say this. I think they're going to do what they did last series, which is bring Draymond off the bench and start Wiggins to make the Lakers have to make a different type of shift in their defense. Because start Wiggins at the 4, because I think that with Jordan Poole playing the way he played, if he can continue to kind of keep that hand, now you can spread the Lakers defense out a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You can, when you go off them pick and rolls, they're gonna have to switch more because now if you put Draymond in the game and Looney in the game, it kind of hurts them offensively because you don't got to worry about Draymond on defense. So for me, I thought the Lakers and the real person I thought won the game. We knew AD was going to dominate. The real person I thought won the game was D'Lo, and I'm going to tell y'all why. In the third quarter, which is who the Warriors own the third quarter, D'Lo was off in the first. He wasn't doing anything. And I said at halftime, I said, yo, somebody else from the Lakers got to come with him. And damn, D'Lo came with their ass and started cooking it. And when they won the third quarter, that's when they was able to control the game when they went into the fourth quarter with an 8-point lead. Because remember, the Warriors always going to go on a run. So they were able to absorb the run because they took advantage of that third quarter. I think Vandy did a solid job for what he did, But let's just be honest. On a bad day, Steph Curry has 27. Really wasn't shooting no free throws because he didn't get to the free throw line but 6 times as a team. Still had what 4 rebounds, 6 assists, something like that.
I don't think Steph Curry had 6 assists.
Yeah, so like
what's a hold on a second before you go any further. What's a good day for Steph Curry?
In the playoffs right now?
Yes, what's a good day for him?
30 with better shooting.
So he was 20. So he went.
Curry's a 50, 40, 90 guy.
He did that one season, by the way. Just so you know, he won the league MVP. That's the only time he ever did that.
No, I'm saying, but he's been hovering. Like last night, he shot great from the 3. He didn't shoot great from the 2. See what I'm saying?
He barely shot from the 2. It felt like.
There's a certain man called Anthony Davis that makes it pretty hard to get the shots you want inside.
Yeah,
makes it pretty hard to do that. That's why Golden State was just chucking up threes. Half their shots were from 3, and then every time they got to the rim, they saw Anthony Davis. Guess what? Let's back it out and let's move the ball again. They didn't want to take shots inside. And all the fouls they drew was on jump shots. Jordan Poole got an M1 free.
Yep.
Klay Thompson did a little up fake and got a foul, and Andrew Wiggins got a foul. And then Steph Curry's M1 floater. That's all their free throws. I just detailed it right there. That's all their free throws in the whole game. Because they couldn't do anything going to the rim. Because every time they got to the rim, they saw Anthony Davis. They got terrified. So it's not like Golden State didn't want to get fouled. They were just scared of Anthony Davis and ended up taking jump shots. And they made like 20 threes. So you want to talk about the free throw discrepancy? Let's talk about the 3-pointers discrepancy. Lakers made like how many threes? Like 5 threes?
No, I agree with you.
Don't even get me started on the Lakers threes, Mars. Please don't even get me started on that.
So if you want to talk about the free throw discrepancy, we can talk about the 3-point discrepancy.
I agree with you on that, but here's the thing: the Lakers aren't a good defender on the three ball. They're not a good defensive team on the 3 ball. They're a good interior defensive team at the basket because of AD. But on the 3 ball, they're going to give up a lot of threes this series because of how they play defensively. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is this: Klay and Curry, they're going to hit a lot of threes. I think that they got to make that adjustment again with Draymond and bring him off the bench in this series because I think that they have to use Wiggins more. I think Wiggins is the key, and they have to use him more and allow him to attack more to make the Lakers focus on somebody else other than Steph and Klay. You know what I'm saying?
I do get that. So Ticket, let's discuss this Vanderbilt matchup. Okay, number one, let's discuss the Vanderbilt matchup. Nobody said from the beginning that he was going to shut Curry down. That was never a conversation.
That's what they were saying.
Nobody ever said that.
I didn't say that. No, that's what they were saying. No, I ain't saying
They said Vanderbilt would be Steph Curry's matchup. That's
anybody who said that, they were nuts because nobody.
No. That's what I was arguing. They were saying Vanny going to shut Curry down.
Yeah, nobody believed that. No, none of us believed that. What I did believe was that he was going to make it difficult on him for stretches. And one of the things that he did, which I thought was really good, was he chased Curry off screens. And what Anthony Davis also did was hedged. And he hedged enough where Vanderbilt could get back. And once Steph Curry got off the ball, the plan was to make Draymond a playmaker, make Poole a playmaker, get it out of Steph Curry's hands, and make these other guys make plays. And we'll live with that, as opposed to Steph Curry shooting, like you just said, 24 shots, him going 18 for 24 and 8 for 13 on the long ball. You're not going to have a chance when he's doing that, right? Steph Curry struggles. I've said this to you in the past. Steph Curry struggles with length and athleticism. He has a difficult time with that. Vanderbilt's 6'9". Not only is Vanderbilt 6'9" and athletic. He's not slow. He's physical. And I thought he did a great job in chasing Curry off of his spots and making it difficult for him. Now they're going to make an adjustment because Curry may start splitting double teams. Not only might Curry start splitting double teams, they'll get more action with him off the basketball. The difference in that game last night, one thing only, was the other guys. It was D'Angelo Russell. They didn't account for him going for 17. They didn't account for Schroeder going for 17. That stuff they didn't really account for. Once you get that, and now you're getting what you're getting from Anthony Davis, I'm cool with LeBron James being more of a facilitator. I do not like him shooting the ball 24 times and 9 of those 24 shots being long balls. I do not like that at all. I don't like that at all. He knocked down a couple in the mid-range. He did knock down a couple in the mid-range, which is fine, but I want him more involved in being a distributor and getting these other guys involved more than anything. He should not be shooting the ball 24 times. No, he should not be.
No. I'm saying no. If he doesn't have it going, is what you're saying.
He should never do that regardless.
Period. He should even if he got it going, he should not be shooting the ball 24 times. That offense should run through Anthony Davis.
What I find
Go ahead, Mars.
Okay. What I found interesting was, I'm gonna credit Darvin Ham for this. he made a conscious decision. He didn't want his players running through screens. I think they made a conscious decision. They were going to shoot the gap, and then they were going to trail the play with Anthony Davis containing Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So when off a screen, Anthony Davis will contain Steph Curry when he makes the catch, and then Jared Vanderbilt more often than not would just trail Steph Curry behind him. And with his length, that was able to deter Steph Curry from getting step backs off or getting a lot of shots off. That Jared Vanderbilt blocked one of his shots doing that. I think that's a very good tactical play that Darvin Ham did. So credit to him for that. I'm interested to see how Golden State adjusts to that. I think Steve Kerr started putting Steph Curry more as the primary ball handler in the pick and roll instead of as an off-ball player to kind of offset that, to make it so that you couldn't just shoot the gap on screens. But I do think if we look long term, I don't think the Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry lineups can really work in this series, because with the size the Lakers have, you have 3 liabilities out there just with sheer size. So I think you do need to run Draymond, Looney, and Wiggins just to be able to match up with the physicality. But offensively, Golden State might struggle unless Steph Curry just goes nuclear, in my opinion.
I will say them being able to make that run, them being able to make that run and come back had a lot to do with the fact that Steve Kerr went small, went with Wiggins at the 4, and that caused the Lakers to run the lineup of death, which I felt at that moment Darvin Ham was being, again, a terrorist. He had a great game, coached a great game, but when they was on that run and he didn't take a timeout, he didn't adjust, and he didn't have Vandal on the court. The lineup, I believe, it was Schroeder, Russell, Reeves, Bron, AD, and I'm sitting there screaming.
Hold on, Damo. He couldn't,
and they couldn't score against the zone.
Respectfully, I think I understand what you're saying right there. I don't think he wanted to take Reeves out because Reeves had hit a big shot. So I think he wanted to and we got to remember this too. Reeves had been great for them in the clutch this year. So right. I think that's why he didn't. Hey, hold on. I think that's why he didn't want to put Vando in late. But I'm gonna say at that time. But I want to say this to your point. Vando did hit a big 3 last night. That 3 he hit was big. When I think it was Curry came out hit a 3, and Vando came right back and answered and hit a 3. Quarter. That was huge, bro. Because that was a shifter. So I agree with you when you saying on Vando, but I think that he was thinking, let me leave Reeves in because of how reliable he's been down the stretch for us. And he's
not talking about taking Reeves out. No one is saying take Reeves out. Leave Reeves in.
You can't take
Schroeder out. Yes, exactly. You leave D'Lo in.
Do you not think it was for spacing reasons? Because they were gapping Vando the whole time, and if you play a zone and Vanderbilt's on the floor, it's kind of hard to.
I can understand. That's what I'm saying to Damo. I can understand it, but at that point in time in that game, you seen it when Jordan Poole started to make it clear he was going to be the guy that was hot for the Warriors. Him and Klay, while Steph was kind of cold, they switched Vando off of Stephen Curry. That's when they put Schroeder on him, or they put D'Lo on him. No, it was either Schroeder or Reeves at one point, and then they moved Vando to Poole. At that point, you're in the late stretch of the game, and up until that point, at least from what I've seen, you matched Vando minutes with Curry minutes. Anytime Curry came off the court, that's when Vando came off the court. And I don't see why you can't consistently do that to the end of the game if that's been working. You put him in there and you do whatever you need to do to try to contain that run, because that could have been a deadly run against us. Jordan Poole hits that shot. We're having a different conversation if Jordan Poole hits that shot. If Jordan Poole and Klay are switched in that position and Klay's the one taking that shot, anything. We're having a whole different conversation, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that lineup kind of screwed us. I get it. If offensively it was hurting us having Vando out there because how the Warriors was running their defense, I can understand it. But I'd rather us go defense versus defense and try to pull it off that way, seeing how they was having an unprecedented kind of night. They shot 50 plus threes. I don't want to say the exact
53
number.
Of them. 53.
It was 53. Okay, they shot 53 3-pointers. If the Warriors are going to try to beat us shooting 53 3-pointers, I'm going to live with it. Because more likely than not, and if we're still winning by hitting 6, 5 single digits, and they're hitting 20 plus, like, come on, and we're getting to the free throw line because they're not, I'll take that. Defense, we're playing, it's going to look like the refs are on our side. We have the whistle. We're going to control the pace of the game, the tempo of the game, and you're relying on threes because of analytics. I'll take that matchup any day.
What also needs to happen too is, I understand, I think Ham might have heard you because he didn't go to that Rui at the 5 lineup. He did not do that. No, he did not do it. So he might have heard that. However, Rui need to play more than 4 minutes. That's not enough. He needs to play 100%. He needs to play more than 4 minutes. Not only does he need to play more than 4 minutes, he needs to play more than 4 minutes to get you guys going on runs. So when you have lulls in your offense where you guys aren't getting anything, Rui comes off the bench and Rui knocks down a couple of shots to get you guys going. And then he sits on the bench for 20 minutes. That's not good enough, man. You got to keep Rui in the offense. I'm not saying that he needs to play 30, 35 minutes in this series, but he definitely needs to be more involved in this rotation than 3.5 minutes. I do understand that. I did not understand Vanderbilt at the end of the game. That was when the Golden State Warriors went on that 14-0 run. When they go on that 14-0 run, Vanderbilt should have been in the game. Immediately, he should have been in the game. When you called that time, when the Warriors called that timeout to get Curry back in, right then and there, Vanderbilt should have been back in the game, 100%.
So you match Vandy's minutes with Steph?
As long as Curry, I'm with Damo on that. As long as Curry on the floor, and what are we wasting him for? There's no, we'll run him to death. No question about that. And
young boy.
Steve Kerr already made it clear with Steph Curry, we'll use all our timeouts to make sure that you're fresh. Well, that's perfect, because if you're using your timeouts, that's getting our guys rest too. He said that in the Sacramento series in Game 7. So he's still going to do that. So if he's going to do that, if he's going to do that, then I'm going to keep Vandy on him as much as possible. Now, I think the whistle, I will tell you this, the whistle's going to be different in Game 2. You're going to see some more fouls.
The Warriors going to get a lot of calls in Game 2. But in Chilltown, that's what I'm saying. Listen, this is the one thing I think that you and Don missed on. I understand what y'all saying about Vandy. Steph, as the series goes along, Steph is going to wear that matchup down, almost like he did Dellavedova. You know how they was hyping up Dellavedova, and then Steph just went ballistic on his ass. He's going to do that to Vandy, because they're going to get ways to get Vandy off of him. It ain't going to be just like Vandy's going to be stuck to him to glue. They're going to be setting hellified screens. They're going to have him coming off screens, 2-3 screens. They're going to do a lot to get Vandy off of him in certain situations. So it's not like Vandy going to be able to come down and just stand on here. And then not only that, y'all got to think about this. Maybe the reason why he had to put Austin Reeves in the game, y'all ain't thinking that maybe Vandy is tired. He chasing this little man around all game. Shit, he made coach.
And that's but that's the idea though, Ticket. So when Curry come out the game, he comes out the game. It's not like Curry coming out the game for 30 seconds. I understand what you mean. I understand exactly what you mean, Ticket, about being tired. But this is what the offseason is for. This is why I put the time in the offseason.
But this is what I'm saying. And y'all, you should know this. Vandy ain't no elite offensive player to where he okay, let me give y'all this. If you understand basketball, elite offensive players that play D, they know how to kind of gauge and then be able to give it to you on both ends.
Right.
He's not an elite offensive player. So if he giving you a whole lot on D, he gonna be tired as hell come off on offense later on in this series. Right. So now when you end up in those late possessions and the Warriors are playing off of him, he's short arming those shots because he's tired, because he ain't used to playing those minutes at that position and then coming and giving to you offensively. You know what I'm talking about, Chilltown. I do.
I do understand that, Ticket. And the adjustment to that is to put Vandy in different spots. You're not just going to leave him on the long ball line, right? You're not just going to put him at the perimeter. You're going to put him in spots like the dunker spot, right? You're going to put him in the short corner. You're going to put him in the middle of the lane where he can get shots, as opposed to you're just going to leave him on the perimeter and let them sag in the paint like they do on Draymond. No, you're not going to do that. That's going to be the adjustment. Now, as a defender, a primary defender, I'm picking spots, because let's be clear, Curry's not running around like a madman every play. There are plays when he's not doing anything. And when he's not doing anything, those are the opportunities for me as a defender to also slow myself down, as opposed to I'm chasing Curry all night. He's not running all night. He's not running on plays like that all night long.
All right, fellas. It's a couple things that I do want to touch down on in this game. First, I want to hear from Bob, but I also want to talk about Jordan Poole's last shot and how we feel about that. Yo, Ox, you there?
I'm here, bro.
Talk to us about the game. How you feel about game 1?
I didn't get to watch it live when it was going on. You know, I was doing my thing. Mm-hmm. But you know, the fellas pulled my coat to it, let me know some of the things. We were streaming last night for like 3-4 hours. I'm just pissed off right now, man.
It sounds like it, Big Ox. It sounds like you just can't. That's what I'm about to say, Big Ox.
I'm trying to get the malice out of my heart, and I can't.
That's what it sounds like, yo. Damn, yo.
This is a safe space. Talk to us.
I'm just saying, bro. The Lakers are fucking ass, bro. Like, we would have beat the shit out of them.
They would have smoked y'all, Big.
Would you? Would you really? You didn't want LA. Come on.
Sabonis does not want to see AD.
That's not how basketball works.
Yeah, they would have won that match.
Sabonis did not want to see AD.
Sabonis was praying for fun.
He
Anyway,
ain't want fuck with Looney.
Sometimes you get beat up, but that don't mean you worried about it, you know. But I was really shocked though. I was shocked that the Lakers pulled that out. To see the Warriors shoot 100 threes, like that was crazy. But I mean, that's the Warriors, you know. So nothing's too shocking. I'm tripping off Jordan Poole. Like Jordan is crazy, bro. Like he just big cojones, you know. Or is it that, or is it just idiot? Is he just an idiot? Like
to be honest with you,
big cojones.
Well, not only that. When I believe the term is man walk taller when he walked with James Brown. There's a reason why he stick his chest out a little bit more. Okay, there's a reason why he walk a little bit tougher because he running with that dude and he running with that dude.
Yeah,
I'm 100% confident because there's a part of me that thinks he's Steph Curry.
No, 1,000%. You chill. You know this from day one. They've been prepping him to be the next Steph, not necessarily the next Steph, but but this is what everybody says to him. Oh man, your game's similar to Steph. You shoot like Steph. You come off screens and shoot shots like Steph. So when he comes on the floor, look at the way he plays. He's trying to mimic Steph.
But Ron, who's telling him that? Are the people, like the fans, people are telling him that?
Have you never heard this?
Be surprised.
Remember when he?
Do you think that Steve Kerr and all those guys are really telling like the coaches and Kenny Atkinson?
He clearly has.
They're paying him to do it.
They're telling him to be confident. I think they're telling him to be dumb.
You hating, Ron? The baddies was courtside. You hating on the pool party, baby. The baddies definitely was courtside last night.
Well, hey, was they in the back getting concessions when he shot that last dumbass shot?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he was thinking about then.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that with Tyrese Halliburton and
that was hilarious. I'm with Halliburton, man. I don't mind the shot. I don't.
Yeah, you're a Lakers fan. Of course you don't mind the shot.
No, not even that. I mean, I know we're going to talk about it a little bit later. I don't know if we want to get into it now.
No, I want to get into it right now.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Listen, the shot wasn't a bad shot. What are we paying Jordan Poole for? Jordan Poole last year around this time, people was hyping up for the very thing he's doing now. Jordan Poole got a contract doing what he's doing right now. His role is to do what he did right then last night. If you want to argue that with 10 seconds left in the game in a do-or-die situation, the guy with the hottest hand at the moment, unless you want to argue Clay, which fine, I guess, rewatch the game, they're in that moment because shots Jordan Poole hit to put him in that position. He's feeling it. He's hot. He has the green light. Steve Kerr gives him the green light. Steph Curry gives him the green light. Klay Thompson gives him the green light. When he wakes up from Draymond punching him, he gives him the green light. They allow him to play like that. That's what he's there for. He missed the shot. I want him to take that shot 1,000,000 times. I want any player that's supposed to take that shot, take it 1,000,000 times. Years ago, y'all was sitting here screaming Damian Lillard didn't shoot a bad shot when he shot a half-court step-back three. If that was
I still believe that was a terrible shot. It was a terrible shot.
It just went in. That's all. It just went in. It was a terrible shot. 100%.
Paul George said it was a terrible shot. A lot of people said it was a good shot because it's Dame. And he made it.
No, it's solely based on the outcome. It's solely based on the outcome. If Dame missed it, it's a terrible shot.
But what makes Mars, when you shoot, okay, so that one is an exception just because they won the game. But if that anytime you shoot a terrible shot, it's even worse when it goes in.
Because that's the standard now. Yeah.
Because that gives you confidence to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Has he not hit that shot before? That's not an uncharacteristic shot for Jordan Poole, though.
Yeah, that's the point. All night he was making nonsense shots. He was making nonsense, but they weren't good shots. So I like the way Jordan Poole played. He's been playing the same way the whole postseason. It just so happens this is the game the shots started going in. He was still taking terrible shots. They just happened to fall this game, and now maybe next game he's going to think he's Steph Curry and start taking more dumb shots. So who knows? It can go either way. But it's a terrible shot to me. It's a terrible shot.
Were these not the shots he was taking last year?
Yeah,
they were terrible shots when he was taking them last year. I've had the same opinion of Jordan Poole.
That's fine. Mars, if you were going to consistently say he's a bad shot taker, Mars, I'll live with it. All I'm saying is for Jordan Poole, for the Warriors, for that system, they live with him taking those shots. They want him to take those shots. So for him,
you want him to take those shots, Damo.
No, I don't, bro. When he hit that 1-3 where he got fouled, I was like, yo, please get Vando on the court and get the ball out of his hands because he's playing out of his mind. And this is not good. We're in a situation where we might lose this game because Jordan Poole is starting to hit these shots. So
he's gonna have a big series, Damo. He's gonna have a big series. When he's confident, when he's I'm saying when he's
I'm sure you don't.
When he's confident like that, he has big series. When he's not confident like he was last series, he has poor series. So
You don't think he was confident last series, Ticket?
Huh?
You don't think he was confident last series?
I don't think Jordan ever.
No. I'm saying because he kind of loses confidence when he's not scoring because Steve Kerr doesn't give him as many minutes. So now when he's cooking, he getting in his rhythm, he's balling. He's a player I noticed that plays off of confidence, how his game and shot is going. If his shot is going in, he's cooking. Or if Curry's not there and they've given him the reins and he know I can shoot and miss and still ball, he's still gonna put up numbers. He's gonna do what he do. But when Curry and Clay is there and he's cooking, oh, that's a beautiful thing to watch. And it was last night. I just think he should have took one step in on that 3-point shot. He was just
and that's the only thing I'm saying, Ticket. You don't gotta that's the only thing I'm saying, Ticket. You're not getting an extra point. You're not getting style points. You don't get a few extra. Well, you might get a few extra baddies if you hit that shot. But still, though, my thing is scoot in a little more. Like you shooting from half court doesn't give you more credibility. All he had to do was take 2 steps in.
But if he steps in, he's stepping into a contest.
Into a defender.
Yeah, he's stepping into a contest. So
them bros wouldn't care if he had 2 points. They still jacking him after the game.
What I also think about, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Big Ox. I'm sorry.
No, you got it. Ain't nothing.
What I'm trying to make sense of is we talking about his shot. Why aren't we talking about the fact that he is food on defense? He is a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack on defense. There are only a few guys who are rotation guys who are supposed to be defenders. Jordan Poole is a specialist, 100%. But there's very few guys that I've seen that have been hunted like him. When he gets on the floor, they immediately go after him, whether it's in pick and pop, whether it's one-on-one, they go after him, and they go after him early and often. And he knows it. And not only does he know it, he doesn't do anything about it. Well, they know that I don't defend, so they're going to go after me. So I'm going to get mine back on the offensive end of the floor. That's going to be a problem moving forward in the series because there's going to be guys like Dennis Schroeder. There's going to be guys like Austin Reeves who are going to continue to exploit that matchup.
that's why his minutes went down every series in the postseason last year, because as you get deeper in the playoffs, you can't play people who are that bad on defense. And I think Donte DiVincenzo needs more playing time. That's just me personally, because I think he's a high IQ player who can space the floor and he's a good defender. I think that's what Golden State are looking for. I don't know why his minutes have started to go down. Maybe Steve Kerr's seeing something he doesn't like with him. But I personally would give Donte DiVincenzo more minutes. And Jordan Poole,
can I ask y'all a question? Where was Draymond at last night? Where was all the aggression he had for Sabonis at last night? Is it because is he holding him because of LeBron James? Is he holding him because of LeBron, bro? Because I'm telling you, bro, like he don't got the same aggression that he have against everybody else against LeBron James. I noticed that, bro, no more. Ever since that incident happened in the finals,
I think he just got into quick foul trouble and it kind of mitigated his aggression. That's
I'm talking about, bro, even when he's on the court, I just don't see it. I don't see that edge right now. Like last night, I seen him get the tech, but I don't see that edge that he has in other series. Like with Sabonis, he was on edge.
Well, Ticket, you know this better. You know this as well as I do. It's certain people you balk at, and there's certain people that you don't.
No, but I'm saying no. I'm saying he's
the last time he balked at LeBron, his team blew a 3-1 lead.
Well, let's make sure that we clear on that also, Moss. But also to the point, not only does he not balk at him, he looks at him in a different way. He ain't looking at him like what you saying, Ticket.
Not just Jay Reed. I ain't talking about just Jay Reed. I'm talking about AD.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly who I mean.
No. Don't shake your head because look, AD's talented, but he's soft. If you go hit AD, he's gonna fall down. If
AD historically cooked Draymond. I don't know what are we doing with this.
No, you're not understanding where I'm coming from. I'm talking physicality. I'm talking, look at Big Bob. Big Bob come on the court. Big Bob ready to bang. Big Bob knows that AD's soft. If I can bang him a little bit, you don't see Looney doing that, fouling him hard, making him feel it. I'm gonna make you feel it. See if I'm gonna foul you,
ticket logic is with Anthony Davis. I'm just gonna walk up to him and bow him in the chest.
Damn right.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna walk up to him and bow him right in the chest.
I'm gonna treat him like Rudy Gobert as far as him being soft.
I'm gonna check his temperature. I'm gonna see where he at. I'm gonna see where, and I don't think he is neither. To be honest with you, I don't.
Listen. No. Because let's be honest, Chilltown. If this was Dennis Rodman and he couldn't guard AD straight up, Dennis Rodman pulling all the antics. He pulling pants. He hitting dudes with bowls. He doing everything. And I'm gonna tell you something. you look in your face like that. That type of stuff takes AD out of games. Hold on. Let me say this. That type of stuff take AD out of games. Because if you watch AD and you notice how AD ball, AD like to play comfortable. If you make AD uncomfortable by doing dumb shit, it get him off his game. Just go watch. Go watch every time somebody.
When's the examples of this? When was
the last time Draymond did that to Anthony Davis?
No, I'm saying no. You're not hearing me. I'm saying the same approach he took with Sabonis, and where they beat Sabonis like he got in a street fight that series, bro. They need to take that same approach. They need to bring the drama to AD, directly to AD. That's the guy they need. If I'm the coach of the Warriors, I'm targeting AD. I'm telling Looney, you got 6 fouls. Every foul is gonna be hard on this nigga. I don't care if they throw you out this game tonight. Every foul is hard on AD.
You just said it right there. Tiki, you just said it right there. They're not the NBA and the refs ain't finna let Draymond do that to Draymond. The Kings, Domantas Sabonis, as far as the NBA is concerned, we're nobodies. You know what I'm saying? So they let them do that shit to us. They're not letting them do that to the Lakers, bro.
No, they know they can do that to Sabonis. Like
not,
Draymond.
Bro, stop that shit, bro. Y'all going too far. There ain't nothing soft about Domantas Sabonis, bro.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Nigga, watch.
He has a soft haircut. He has a soft haircut alone. He has a soft jump shot.
There ain't nothing soft about that nigga at all, bro. They look like y'all. Did y'all not watch the games? That was literally just beating them up. You don't got to be soft to get beat up. Tough niggas get beat up every day.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So
it's about
he was out there banging, bro. He was getting assaulted, physically assaulted. They're not gonna let them do that to Anthony Davis, bro. Like it's simple, bro. You could be in denial about it, but we all know.
It's not denial. It's literally okay. You as a hooper, any hooper will know.
That's the first
certain guys you know you can do that to. No, stop it. Listen, anybody that hoops knows there's certain guys, especially as a big man, there's certain guys you on the court where you know I can put I'll be able to move you. I'm gonna have my way with you. I feel like I can dominate you. I feel like I can control you.
Okay, so
and there's other guys you know you can't do that with.
Rebounds last night. I don't hear nobody talking about AD is soft. AD can't rebound. Looney had 23 boards.
Because AD had like 20 his damn self.
Thank you.
Yeah, and okay, but a lot of those games, except for a few, Domantas was in the teens with his rebounds. He didn't get 20-something, but he was a lot of games. Domantas
was he 16, battling with Looney the way AD was?
Was he?
AD was battling.
Anyways, this is less about Domantas and more about Draymond Green. The NBA is not gonna allow Draymond Green to do that to Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Imagine Draymond Green stomping LeBron James in the chest.
He wouldn't do it because he respects Bron too much. That's why.
He wouldn't do it because he'd be out the NBA.
Is this a conspiracy, Big Ox?
That's not conspiracy. Hey, look. Just like I said yesterday, the Grizzlies using Dillon Brooks as a scapegoat because he came at the king. You can't go at the king.
Well, let's also can we also discuss the fact that Anthony Davis, like you just talked about with Looney rebounding the basketball. Well, Anthony Davis has to help a lot of times, and when he's coming away from the rim, that's leaving Kevin Looney underneath the basket by himself. And because that's leaving him by himself, that gives him more opportunities to rebound. As opposed to if he had somebody who could do that and he didn't have to leave Looney, he wouldn't be able to rebound like that. So the offensive rebounds that he was getting, well, you got guys like Steph Curry, you got guys like Jordan Poole that's around that area in the short corner or in the mid range, and he's got to come off of them and help. Well, that's leaving Looney underneath the basket by himself to rebound, which would explain why you see 6-7 offensive rebounds because there's nobody in there to contend with him to rebound. He's the ultimate dirty work guy. Now he wasn't doing that much when Anthony Davis was on the floor. 100% he wasn't doing that when Anthony Davis was underneath the basket. Anthony Davis was controlling the backboard, particularly on the defensive end. But when he's got to come from underneath the basket and he's got to help on Divinchenko, who's 10 feet away from the basket trying to get a mid-range shot. He's got to help on Klay Thompson shooting a fall away in the corner. Well, that leaves Looney underneath the basket by himself to get whatever rebounds and get whatever he wants.
That's a fact.
Fellas, I do want to talk about a pressing matter in the series. Obviously, a polarizing figure. Uh-oh.
I heard y'all was looking for me yesterday. I was rather busy, but I got a good 30 minutes to understand what's going on.
Big
was looking for me, or you weren't here?
Dale, what up, Dale?
up, family? How y'all doing? Hope everybody have a blessed day.
Why you keep
What's up?
bothering me, man?
Good, man.
What's up?
What's
Where's
going on,
Joe?
Dale?
I need to see Mr. Griggs.
Dale, don't you know you taking too many L's to show your face right now, dog?
Listen. I'm a man of consistency. I'm a man of the truth, and I'm the man of understanding. I haven't taken no L right now, 0. Because if someone really stand up here and say I'm taking the L, they are all contradicting of their own behaviors. So let's get it. Ticket? I don't want to start with you because you're gonna continue going. You could go last. Bobby, I think Bobby said the carrying of KD in the chat. Ron, of course, followed up. Ron, I don't know if you got something on your head right now, but it looks amazing.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what you glowing. You ever saw Coming to America? You put in Soul Glow in there? You glowing.
Every day.
You glowing. But seriously, let me start with this. No, Ticket, let me start with this. The Phoenix Suns lost game 2 because of Kevin Durant. Because people say I don't give no excuses. They lost because of him, 100%. They lost because of him because he was missing the shots I think he can make. He was 10 for 27. He doesn't shoot like that. 2 for 12 from 3. He's always Mr. Efficient. It didn't happen in game 2. He was off. They played great. That Nuggets team scored 97 points and had a great fourth quarter. As great as that fourth quarter was, they only scored 97 points. They lost because their offense was off. He was off. Booker had a great game. He needed some help, and he didn't get the help he needed from who I think the best player in the world is. And now with that being said, what you got for me?
No, I'm just asking you, do they win more than one game in this series? That's all I'm asking.
The all Nuggets did was take care of home court.
I'm asking you, do they win more than one game in this series?
I think they win 4 more games in this series.
Damn, they winning the series. Phoenix is winning this. You heard him right, Ticket. You heard him right, Ticket.
They're winning in 6.
He said they're winning the series. They're winning the next 4 games.
6 or 7, Dale.
Phoenix is winning the next 4 games.
I got Phoenix. Listen. And Ron has heard this before. Mars has heard this before. I got Phoenix in 6.
And if they lose game 3, Phoenix in 7.
Mars, thank you.
Come on, bro.
and I'm dead serious. I believe in that team. I believe in him. I believe in that's it. What I don't is the fact of the matter is like Kings was this to you, Bob. Kings was up 2-0. Everybody came in here, was going crazy, this, that, and the third.
They ain't the Kings though, Dale.
You said what?
Bob, this is what I want you to hold on for a second. Dale, do me a favor. Dale, do me a favor. This is what I want you to do.
You guys going so crazy for 2 games.
No, Dale, this is what I want you to do. I want, and I'm an advocate of protecting your home floor because that's all you're right. That's all Denver did was protect their home floor. But what I want you to do is I want you to take your KD fan hat off and I want you to put your basketball hat on just for a second. What about that? What about this team with Kevin Durant, with Phoenix, from what you've seen in this series? Gives you the idea that this series can be competitive moving forward.
If Kevin Durant is who I believe he is, that's it right there. It's not about the hat. It's not about the fan. I think he's that great, and I think that offensive powerhouse is good enough. They played great game 2 defense to win that game. Yes or no? What do you think, Chill?
I thought that they played good defense. I thought they did a good job on Jamal Murray. I thought they did a defense
as a whole. Under 97 points, you got 30 half.
I thought they did a damn good job on Jamal Murray. Yes, sir.
As a totality, 97 points. One player had 39 points, which is Jokic is, you know what I'm saying? Jokic is Jokic, 39 points. Correct. As a totality, they didn't lose that game because of defense as a whole. Of course, the fourth quarter blemish here and there. It was big possessions in the fourth quarter on offense where KD passed to Okigu or Okogo. He's in the middle of the court, could have floated up. He's looking for a 3. He's panicking in the middle. That's a big possession. Their offense wasn't clicking. KD was off, and that's it. They had 87 points. You could walk into a game and expect 60 points from KD and Book combined, 30-30. You could walk in a game with that mindset. But as a whole team, they had 87. Offense cooked them, and I put that on KD, 10 for 27, 2 for 12 from 3. No, if Kevin Durant plays 18% better, they win that basketball based on the same defense that they play.
Dale, you delusional, bro.
That's not delusional. That's a fact.
That's delusional, bro.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this to you, Dale. Dale, the bottom line is this, dog. You're not putting in that Jamal Murray played horrible last game. He's probably not gonna play like that again, bro.
Okay, what do you put Mahomes on? Jamal Murray playing terribly or Kevin Durant?
No, I'm saying, hold on. But what I'm saying to you is he played so bad. He didn't even play a decent game. He played a pitiful game.
Okay, first and foremost, I didn't think Jamal Murray played that bad. I think his shot was off.
What?
It's two different things to playing bad basketball. He didn't have a bad game. He just couldn't make shots.
No, he played a horrible game.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That he played horrible?
No, I agree that missing shots you normally make doesn't mean you played bad. I agree.
No.
He had 2 turnovers or something. He was just off. He was off.
I didn't see what else he did. I didn't see what else he was doing out there.
What do you mean?
I didn't see
all he did that was bad was he missed pull-ups.
No, I'm saying, but I didn't see his impact on the game, last game.
He had a shot in the fourth quarter. He had a sweet dime to.
I saw more of an impact, but they don't make the impact. I saw more of an impact from KCP. I saw more of an impact. Aaron Gordon. I saw more of an impact.
And the fact that you saw that impact from those guys, that was because Jamal Murray was getting them involved. So when Aaron Gordon is rim running, he's dropping 8. He had 8 assists. He had 8 assists. That's how many he had. Okay, so he dropping the ball off to Aaron Gordon, who's diving into the post, right? He's finding KCP, who's running in transition. Why is he doing that, Ticket? He's doing that because my shot isn't going, and that's the mark of a good player. The idea that that's the mark of a good player. My shot isn't going, so I'm not going to be useless out here, like how MPJ can be. I'm going to do other things in order to get other people involved in the game. That's the mark of a good player, and that's what. And if he doesn't do that, they lose that game 100%.
That's a fact.
And he was good on defense as well, man.
It was the Russell Westbrook effect that you loved in game 1 when they won against the Suns.
Nah, Russell's 5 for 19. Russell's out there playing high level defense.
Jamal Murray wasn't playing as good a defense as Russ, but he was good on defense.
He was.
He was solid. I just didn't feel his impact in that game. Y'all did. I didn't. I felt way more of an impact from KCP. I felt way more of an impact from.
It was louder.
No, hold on. No, I'm not. Let me finish. Doodoo Brown gave to me. He gave a way better impact. Bruce Brown. Doodoo Brown. We call him Doodoo Brown. Bruce Brown. Doodoo Brown gave a better impact, and also, I thought Jeff Green had a better impact on the game. I thought Jeff Green's presence was felt in that game. So I like those, and Aaron Gordon, and the guy, that didn't make the All-Star team, who's been Mr. Consistent for them all season long. Aaron Gordon. Yes, he should.
No, he should not.
Aaron Gordon's not an all-star caliber player.
A lot of head coaches in the NBA said that they were disappointed that he didn't get voted completely into being an all-star.
Yeah, because they know this is his one and only chance of ever being one. So they're like,
could I ask another question? Who had the Jimmy Butler KD take? I also saw that as I couldn't join.
What Jimmy Butler would be?
I said, I'm telling.
Who was that?
Yo, Dale, I'm gonna bring everything into context.
Okay.
So obviously we were talking about Jimmy Butler and his run and whatnot, and then we obviously were talking about KD and his deficiencies over the last couple of years.
Okay.
And essentially what it came down to is who's top 10 right now, and why shouldn't Jimmy Butler be ahead of Kevin Durant just based on what he's done this year and last year?
And Jimmy Butler does more with less than KD ever has and stuff.
Oh, okay. All of that stuff. All right. Yes. So I'm gonna just say one thing for all that. Kevin Durant OKC career, just take out Warriors and all that stuff. Is a better career than Jimmy Butler been having since he's been in the NBA. Just his OKC career. I don't want to
playoff career.
Off numbers.
Not in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he has 4 conference finals.
He has 4 conference finals.
He has a finals appearance and a league MVP.
Jimmy has a finals appearance and won more games in the finals. Now what?
Oh, what does?
Yeah, that's all you're hanging your hat on. Like that's the one extra game.
Jimmy has 2 conference finals appearances. No, 3 conference.
He has 4.
No. Jimmy has 2, and KD has 4.
Hold on, Jimmy didn't go to the. Okay, they didn't go. He didn't go with that team.
2020 and 2022. That's it.
Hold on, Jimmy.
I was talking more so performance. My fault. I was speaking more so performance.
That played Kawhi. That wasn't the conference finals.
No, that was second round. They played the Bucks in the conference finals.
My bad.
And Jimmy Butler might elevate more in the playoffs, but KD's starting at a higher level. So it's harder for him to elevate from how good he is in the regular season to elevate more in the playoffs. He's still playing better than Jimmy Butler. He's just not elevating as much.
Remember this conversation
over their careers, yes.
And another
hold up right quick, Dale. Hold up right quick, Dale. This conversation was heavily predicated on if Jimmy won a championship this year.
No, that was me and Lowe's conversation. Ticket just thinks Jimmy Butler's better than KD.
No,
Oh,
if Jimmy won a championship this year, his career still to me wouldn't be better than Kevin Durant. But that will be. This is the problem, and this is how I know Kevin Durant has reached that level, not because of KD, but I guess because y'all want to be mad. You're talking about Kevin Durant. I don't know how many people cooked Jason Tatum for them losing game one. I don't know how loud it was, but is Tatum still in that free reign? We get a pass because we think you're going to come back? Because KD is getting slandered for losing on the road and him having that one bad game. Because game one, I don't think he played bad. They lost. Game 3, 4, 5 Game 3, 4, 5 against the Clippers, he didn't play bad at all. And so this playoff run, other than maybe 1 or 2 games where he looked like lackadaisical, he's been having a solid playoff run. They lost 0-2. Jason Tatum, they went to 6 against the Hawks. None of you guys thought that. And they lost game 1 against Philly without the MVP. But we're not here talking about Jason. Why is he not getting that?
We did talk about Tatum yesterday. We
the same way.
We've been cooking Tatum. He been Chilltown been cooking Tatum a lot for not coming.
Chilltown's on Mars. But the rest of y'all are so biased on day-to-day basis. It's kind of funny.
Let me say this.
Bro, I've been telling y'all JT4. I told y'all a long time ago JT4 like
we have been cooking Tatum. And to be honest with you, without Steph Curry, Tatum has done more in the playoffs than KD. Without KD being with Steph Curry, Tatum has taken his team to the NBA Finals. Tatum's got 2 wins in the NBA Finals. Tatum's been to how many conference finals now on Chilltown?
4.
2018, 2020,
2022.
2022.
I'm sorry, 5.
He's been to 5 conference finals.
4. I'm sorry, 4.
2018,
Yep.
2018, 2020, 2022.
Yo,
that's 3.
So it's Rook season.
Yeah, 2018, 2019 they lost with Kyrie. 2020 they were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Correct.
2021 they lost to Brooklyn, and then 2022.
3. I'm sorry,
yeah,
3,
he's been there
3 not 4.
And then they swept KD.
And KD's been there 4 times in OKC. So once again, KD still wins.
Well, he's won more games in the finals than KD. So I mean, we can do that. We can put you and play that game.
Kevin Durant deserves.
Yeah,
all
you're comparing 1 win to 2 wins.
Performance of missing shots. He was playing great on defense. He played great on defense. He was rebounding the basketball. It just wasn't kicking him offensively.
He lost, man. Period, bro. He's supposed to be the highest order. He's supposed to get it done. He's supposed to be the dude to get you over the hump, bro. He lost, man. He lost, bro. Listen. Let's cut the cap. Let's cut the cap, yo, because I'm sick of the cap. Let's cut the cap.
What is the cap?
Devin Booker on his team dropping 40 every other goddamn night. Booker's dropping 40 every other goddamn night. Jokic don't have that. Jokic don't have nobody on his team that's equal to Devin Booker. Maybe you can play Jamal Murray sometimes, but on a regular basis, no. Devin Booker's out here giving you damn near 36 points a game. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses, man.
Let me ask you a question. Who's a better team to you? Denver or Suns?
Nigga, you just said the Suns was better.
That's to me. To you, who's a better team?
Nigga, I think the Suns better than the niggas because I don't believe in KD.
That doesn't make sense.
What?
That doesn't make sense. What?
I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
I thought the Suns were a better team without KD, with the old guys they had. I think the Suns were a better team with Mikal Bridges, with Cam Johnson.
That's right. Cam Johnson.
But that wasn't the question you was just asked.
Let him go. So the same. Hold on. So the same team you was looking last week that Luka swept off a game 2 in the 7th round. You think you're better at the same team that's in the 2nd round right now?
Here's my proof. Because look at the way Cam Johnson's been playing. Look at the way
he's home. He's home. Playing where? He's home.
Hold on, bro. Let me finish, bro. Look at the way old boy's been playing. Mikal Bridges been playing.
He's home too.
Hold on, let me finish.
I don't think nobody was asking to compare the before and after, though.
Let him go. Let him go. I love
we didn't ask this.
Let him go.
Dale, I'm gonna say this to you, Dale. I feel like the Phoenix Suns with Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, the team they had, have a better chance against this Nuggets team than with KD, nigga. Period.
That's still not what you was asked.
The Nets pull some Ocean's 11 type shit.
I'm saying right now, I think the old goddamn Phoenix Suns team is better than this one right now.
Who asked you that?
Ticket.
Sit your little ass down.
No one asked you that question. He said, "Who's better, Phoenix or Denver?" And you said they were better with Mikal Bridges.
Wrong with you?
Ticket. You bringing up Mikal Bridges and the way he's playing with Brooklyn
and he was an all-world defender with Phoenix. Y'all missing that.
Okay.
Y'all missing them type of dudes.
Was he
Y'all
an
missing Cam
all-world
Johnson.
defender in Brooklyn?
Y'all hold on. Y'all missing the depth that they had. That team went to an NBA Finals, Playboy.
Yeah.
These are facts. That team went to an NBA Finals.
That's not the
That
team
team was
KD's
built-
on.
That's the point.
Okay, so hold on. Chill, chill.
Exactly. Can you tell him that?
Let me ask
I'm
you-
just waiting for him to
hold on,
answer the question.
hold
That's
on,
what I'm
chill,
waiting.
Yeah,
for.
facts.
Damo, chill, chill. Let me ask
Yo,
y'all.
yo, why would you hold on? Why did you
Hold
take
on
his
one
camera
second,
off
hold
and
on
then come
one
back
second.
on and
'Cause I
then
don't
blow
want
up?
to I don't want to sound delusional, so let me ask them. Damo, I'm
Not
gonna ask
bad,
y'all,
man.
hold on. I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
You did it too late.
Hold on, I'm gonna be honest. Against a team like the Denver Nuggets, because Dale says he think that KD with the Suns right now is better than the Denver Nuggets squad. I disagree. But
Okay.
do y'all think? Hold on. Do y'all think the team they had before KD got traded with those other guys? Do y'all think they would have a better chance at winning this series against the Denver Nuggets than the team right now currently constructed with KD?
The 2021 team that went to the finals,
Oh
yes.
my God, chill.
How-
Thank you very much.
The 2021 team, sure, but but 2 years later, I mean, Chris Paul is a different player, so he ain't playing.
He's washed.
He's not playing. He's not playing the way he should be playing. 100%. DeAndre Ayton is completely getting outplayed by Joker. 100%. Mikal Bridges is a lot better, no question about that.
But
I do think
role now he has a different role. He has a ball in his hand. He was a
Right.
3D guy in Phoenix. That's all.
Right.
Play defense and shoot the shot. That's
Right.
it. You're
Right.
comparing to his whole totality based on what he's in Brooklyn. If they bring him back with Kevin Durant there, he won't be doing that. He'll be back to a 3D guy.
That's not true.
fact.
What?
He'll have a bigger role beside Devin Booker offensively because Chris Paul's getting older now. So he will have a bigger role offensively. In fact, that team was starting to turn it around after they had a bad start to the season. Stop capping, nigga. That's fact. Before they got KD, was they not turning it around? Yes or no, Chilltown? Tell the truth, nigga. Tell the truth.
Turn it around to what? What are you talking about?
Nigga.
They were like
They had a horrible start to the season because of the shit with DeAndre Ayton. Then
We
they
also got to remember Devin Booker missed 25 games too. Don't leave that part.
right.
So before Devin Booker gets hurt, they were the number 2 seed.
Nigga.
They was the number 2 seed before Devin Booker got hurt. He misses 25 games, and then
ass shit out, nigga.
So-
I'm gonna cook your ass extra crispy, boy. So yes, they were balling, nigga, before they got KD. Then they gutted the team to go get KD, and the shit went straight to hell in the playoffs. They should have been eliminated because if Kawhi sorry ass didn't get hurt and fall out the playoffs again, they'd have been home in 5 games in the first damn round, nigga.
Ticket, I'm impressed. I ain't gonna lie, Ticket, I'm impressed because I could not be asked a question and an answer with a hypothetical question that I've created.
Yeah, it's a talent. It's a talent. It's for sure a talent. It's for sure a talent.
I got
Damo,
you flowers.
what's the hold on,
It is
Damo,
greatest
this
talent.
is fact. Hold on, these are facts. The Phoenix Suns were balling before Devin Booker got hurt. These are
No
facts.
one disagrees.
Yo, ticket. You got to answer the first original question.
Yeah, like
But hold on, Mars, you had something to say though.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask, who's better, Phoenix or Denver?
Right now,
Yes.
you talking about with KD?
Who do you think is a better team, Phoenix or Denver?
Denver.
So exactly. So what are we? So exactly. What?
No, but I think that's because hold on. I think that's because with KD, it takes away their other options, takes away their depth. It takes away their perimeter defense. Mikal Bridges is the best perimeter defender.
No. Okay, my point is, if you think Denver's already better than thing because of depth and all this stuff,
I said because of KD. I'm saying Denver's all-around team is what hurt you.
Yes,
I think
KD joining them made them worse because they lost depth. We understand. Now let Dale finish his question.
So you shouldn't be arguing.
Shut your bitch ass up, boy.
No,
You're the one who's allergic to answering questions,
Yo,
so I have to keep you on track.
chill.
You're the one running off track. I'm having to guide you back in.
All right, yo. Come on, let's continue the conversation. Let's let Ticket chill for a second.
KD's there. He took all this depth from Ticket's team. I wanted to say fully. So he thinks that I think even this Denver team will be having a solid series versus Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges because you can't. It's like the only person that past history keep coming back up is Kevin Durant. Because why are you harping on a team? Oh, they were playing better when Devin Booker was there. Go back to last year. They lost at home Game 7 by 98 points. So
I thought it was 104. That's what I thought.
So if you're
got
judging
smoked.
KD based on that same type of way, just judge them the same way. My whole thing is different when it comes to him because I guess he's on that caliber now to you guys. But I blame Kevin Durant for game 2. I started this by saying that, but bringing up all this other nonsense about
They were playing well, sir.
Jimmy Butler,
as a team, as a team, sir.
Bro,
as a team, I'm gonna say, hold on, Dale. I'm gonna say it to you respectfully. Dale, I'm gonna say this to you respectfully. This is all facts. This ain't no lies or innuendos. As a team, after the Phoenix Suns, they got off to one of the worst starts in the league this season because of the problem with Monty Williams and the big fella. We all know that. As soon as they got past that, the Phoenix Suns was rolling. They went all the way up to the 2nd seed until Devin Booker got hurt. They were rolling again. They were one of the best teams in the NBA. These are facts. I'm not making this up. Then you, hold on, let me finish, sir. Then you get KD, and what you do is you've completely gutted your team's depth, your team's chemistry. Not only have you gutted that, yes, the chemistry. And I say that because everybody knew their roles. Period. And everybody respected their roles. They were a good team. Listen, the Suns they have more talent. They have better talent than the Denver Nuggets, but the Denver Nuggets are a better team. I think the Phoenix Suns as an all-around team would have had a better chance against this Denver Nuggets team because as a team, they understood how to play together. Everybody knew they role. You had a great wing perimeter defender, probably the best in the league, in Mikal Bridges. Mm-hmm. Cam Johnson was giving you great role play. Say what?
I'm saying, were there better? This is the same team that lost Game 7 by 98 last year that you're talking so highly of.
That was something completely different. No, that was something completely different, Dale. No, that was different, Dale.
That's my point, Chill. That's how they judge KD. If I bring up what is KD doing now, y'all gonna say he got swept last year. So if y'all gonna go back to, but he got swept last year, he did. The man had a numbers wise, whatever you want to put it, great first round against the Clippers, right?
Right.
Nothing. He had a solid game 1, terrible game 2. Now he's bringing up this whole scenario. So don't name by name about a great team you're talking about when only playoff matters and what you've done for me lately. So this team you're talking about right now, Ticket, would that Suns team you're talking about right now, would they go up against this number 1 seed in the Denver Nuggets? How would that series end to you?
I think the Phoenix Suns had a chance to win this series.
How? And what? 6 games, 7 games?
No, I think they had a chance to win this series in 7 games.
Oh, listen, they'll win game 7 in Denver.
Listen. The only reason, hold on, I'm gonna say this to you. First of all, they would have been battling them for the number 1 overall seed this year if Devin Booker didn't get hurt. They were in 2nd place in the West. These are facts. The reason when Devin Booker got hurt, that allowed Sacramento to come up in the rankings, and that also allowed Memphis to come. Memphis to come up in the rankings.
Nets was 2nd when KD and Kyrie did all that shabambos, bro. And then when Mikal Bridges went there, right? All you could say to me was, "Look at this bullshit, Dale. Mikal Bridges done played more game and did more stuff in Brooklyn than what KD, Kyrie, and all of them do."
But that was true. Hold on. But sir, respectfully, hold on, my brother. Respectfully, what I was saying was true. It wasn't a lie. It was true, bro. Bro, listen, it looked good with KD and Kyrie over there in Brooklyn, but it was nothing that can't come from it. No winning or no high level had came from it, bro. We at least saw the Phoenix Suns as a core. We seen them go to the NBA Finals. We seen them lose in the Game 7 in the semifinal? In the semifinals in the West. And then we saw them have a horrible start to the season, get all the way back up to the 2nd seed before Devin Booker got hurt. And that's the only reason why Memphis and all those other teams caught them. They had a chance to battle with Denver for the number 1 overall seed. Okay. I'm just saying, and this, hold on. So all I'm saying to you is this. All I'm saying to you is this respectfully. Respectfully. I just think that the reason why they beat the Phoenix Suns with KD easy is because when you gutted out your team, KD and them, they have no bench no more. So now you're running these dudes 40, 44 minutes a game hot. Bro, he's going to wear down midway through this series. They did it in the first round. They played all those minutes. Now you coming right back in the 2nd round. You play. They have no bench. At least with the other team, you had more of a bench, and you can rely on other guys to come in the game. The backup point guard, Payne was getting more time. He understood his role. Cam Johnson came in. He was killing in certain games. He had big games in the playoffs. He understood his role. Mikal Bridges was doing his thing. He was a guy you could put on anybody defensively on the perimeter. You could put him on Jamal Murray. You can put him on other boy I said should be.
Dell, I think what the problem we have in Dell is we missing the point is that 2 things could be right. And Ticket is right. And you also right in the aspect that crew was a lot better in terms of chemistry before KD got on the crew. However, your logic is right too in the idea that if you're going to keep that energy for this dude, you got to keep the same energy for this guy as well. That's it. So two things can be right here.
It's just the fact that he's going off about injury. So that's basically you're saying to yourself right now, if Kyrie Irving never asked for the trade, KD don't get hurt, the Brooklyn Nets is the number 1 seed in the East or no?
I don't know if they finished number 1. I know one thing. I know they don't.
Where do they finish? Just where do they finish? And then we can move on.
They probably finish top 3.
Okay.
All right, fellas. We're actually going to stay right here. We're just going to pivot to another topic in this series. Game 3 is right around the corner. I need thoughts and predictions on Game 3. Obviously, it's coming to Phoenix. Denver's up 2-0. Suns by 8.
Suns by 8.
Suns lose again. They don't have no bench. Who you gonna play? Steph Curry, cousin?
It's kind of interesting too, Ticket, that you mentioned that because in Game 2, Monty Williams actually dug in his bench. He went 10 deep. The problem is that he didn't really get much from those guys.
He didn't get nobody, bro. But I'm not looking at I'm looking for them to play the exact same way they did. They kept that team to 97 in a great flow.
Right. So
Kevin Durant
offensively they didn't get.
That's not going to happen, Chilton.
And here the problem that we also have, and the problem that we also have in Dell is that you leaving out the fact that now with Chris Paul out the lineup, now you got to go to Cameron Payne full time.
Is he out? Is CP out?
Yes, he's out.
He's being reevaluated in a week.
Yeah.
So.
That fool retired.
Okay,
yeah.
so let me ask a question now. I didn't know that.
I already know where you're going. But go ahead,
out for a week, right? KD them still wins this series. What is it? Ticket, what do you say now? He still had to run to the Suns. They're missing part of the big 4 that they have.
We're saying that they're better without. They're probably better without Chris Paul, though. Honestly,
if he win, he get praise. If he lose, If he lose, he gonna get his ass stepped on, nigga.
KD win, he don't get praise. He lose, he don't get praise. He lose.
No, if he win, he get praise.
He win, he gets shitted on. He lose, he gets shitted on.
That's the curse of greatness.
And I agree with it to an extent.
I mean, some people probably me, for instance, I might be a little too
hard. But
that's because there's so many people that find every excuse for KD, bro. Every excuse. They just searching for excuses.
Ticket, you have yet to give me I came on the show and blamed him. I blamed him for the sweep last year. I blamed him for Game 2. But what I'm not going to do is when he's silently averaging 30 against the Clippers and Devin Booker is playing outer-worldly and you're still talking nastiness is what I can't agree with.
Depleted team, nigga.
I never heard a quiet 30. I don't know if I ever heard that.
Tell the truth. Wasn't it quiet, though?
You a KD jockstrap center, nigga. I figured you out, nigga.
Like
you said jockstrap.
I never.
Take that jockstrap off your nose.
They got two players that are gonna do the bulk of the scoring. So it's like one of them cats is gonna have at least 30, and one of them is gonna have at least 25. That's because somebody got to shoot the shots, but there's 48 minutes in the game.
Would it be because KD is almost expected from him, right? So when he goes for 27, or he goes for 28, or he goes for 32, it's really common, as opposed to when he goes 10 for 27 and he gets you 26 points. Well, what's wrong with KD?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the problem with KD? Terrible. Well, the problem with KD, and I've mentioned this in the past, we on the other side of who KD used to be. He still got the goods, but we are on the other side of who he used to be. That would also tell you about why he's getting injured. Because again, we on the other side of who he used to be. Dale, he's gonna be 35 in September. We can't look at KD
injured though, Chill. We know that.
Right? And you know why? Because we on and you know why? Because we on the other side of who he used to be. This isn't like this is something 7 to 8 years. This just happened over the course of the last 3-4 years.
He got hurt in OKC. He got hurt his first year in Golden State. He tore his Achilles in Golden State, and then he's been injured ever since. He's been injured for like a lot of his career.
Yeah,
right. But with that being,
broke his foot.
I do agree it's becoming more common now.
And the reason why, and that's my point, and it is becoming more common now. And the reason why it's becoming more common now is because we on the other side of who KD is. So he's breaking down more. That doesn't mean that he still doesn't have the goods. He does still have the goods. But to hold him, which is what Dell is doing, and I understand why, to hold him to that standard of KD, because that's who he is, that's part of it, because that's the star that you are.
No, but I get it. And I don't. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm arguing like Ticket, who's biased to hate. I've never seen that.
I'm just not like you walking around with a doo-doo jock strap strapped to my mouth that say KD on the thong part of it. Like I said before, bro.
Weird.
All you doing is jock strapping for a dude.
Nasty,
all you doing is jock strapping for a dude. Hold on.
That's not even sanitary.
All you doing is jock strapping for a dude who go from best team to best team. That's all he do. He go from the best talented teams.
Wait. So Kevin Durant got traded to the best team.
We don't believe it, bro. It's an excuse every time, bro. The man
excuse.
But those injuries and whatnot. Now y'all using that like an insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
I didn't bring up no injury.
Then we just get done talking about KD and
Dell doesn't even know.
Hold on, but my thing is, Dell, I'm talking about KD, but I'm not necessarily talking to you. I'm just saying in general. A lot of people are using.
I wanted to be directed to me because I just seen all these super chat. I'm the director of
but it's like it's got to be at least. I don't know. I can't see right now, but it's got to be at least 50 other people in there. I gotta talk to the viewers.
I want y'all to respond to my points in a manner where I could understand what you're saying. Or tickets say stuff like doodle strap, jock strap.
Does winning matter to you?
I'm defending my belief in the one player based on basketball. And
the insurance policy, we can't use the insurance policy for KD. That's those injuries and everything that happened in his career. That's no excuse for the fact that he on his way to getting swept again.
I'm not bringing up injury, and if you believe that, that's fine. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't believe he's getting swept. You believe that? That's
he probably not getting swept. It'll go 5 or 6. It'll go 5 or 6. But
Ron, to answer your question, I think the Denver Nuggets have more depth. I think they're a more complete unit. I think that the production that they get from Joker outlast any production that they get on their front line. I think he's dominated DeAndre Ayton, and because he's dominated DeAndre Ayton, that's affected their interior so much more than it would. KD playing the way KD plays, he's got to be better in Game 3 in order for them to have a chance. Devin Booker is going to be Devin Booker. I think that Jamal Murray is going to play much better than he did in terms of scoring. I still think he had a good game in Game 2, with the exception of him not being able to shoot the basketball. But I think that he's going to play much better as a scorer. I think they get more production. Even though he shortened his bench, Mike Malone shortened his bench to 8 guys, I think they get more production from their bench in this series. In this game, I think they win Game 3.
For me, at first I want to say the last time I gave my predictions, I said probably Denver in 4 because they were too deep. They were just a better team. The Suns don't have reliable guys they can go to contend and compete when it really matters. It's going to show. I'm gonna be overreactionary. Denver in 4. They're about to go ahead and wrap this up real quick, put a bow on it, and get ready to face the Lakers in the conference finals.
Mars.
The Suns was my finals pick before the playoffs, so I'm just gonna stick with them.
Winning Game 3.
No, I've been wrong regardless. Might as well stick with the pick I made in the first place. So every game Phoenix have for the rest of the playoffs, I'm gonna say they're gonna win.
And why do you think they'll win?
Because they were my pick before the playoffs.
Got you. What's up, Ticket?
They losing 5, bro. And Dell's gonna come here with another excuse after the end of the series. I like Dell. Dell's a good dude. He just defend a dude that can't defend himself, and that's just all there is to it, bro. KD has asked for these situations. No, KD has to go to Phoenix. So if Chris Paul old ass get hurt again, that's his fault. If they don't have no depth, that's his fault because they had to trade the team to go get you.
That's Chris Paul getting hurt is KD's fault.
No, he knew Chris Paul was a walking injury. He's been this way his entire career. So if you say I want to go play with that guy, and that guy has an injury history, and he gets hurt again, guess what? That's on you. Same thing that's going on with the strippers. We know that we know that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have an extended injury history. So just like Damo said in the other video, and I'm gonna use his own words against him, that's a Clipper problem, nigga. So this is a KD problem. If you choose to go play with players,
you're saying two different things and equating that.
Hold on. If you choose to go play with players that you know have an extensive history of getting hurt, especially in the playoffs, like CP3, with hamstrings, things like that. We've seen these happen in Houston. We've seen him get hurt with the Clippers. We've seen him get hurt when he played with the Pelicans.
This is a Phoenix problem. This is a Suns problem.
It's a KD problem because he asked to be traded there, sir. Remember that.
No, I agree that KD.
Hold on. He has to play with Chris Paul.
The same thing on repeat. You're saying the same thing on repeat. I agree that KD should have been aware of Chris Paul's injury history, and KD went there knowing Chris Paul is an injury risk. That doesn't make it his fault that Chris Paul got hurt. Did he know the risk he was getting into? Yes, but it's not his fault.
Hold on, Mars. I'll give you a quick analogy, right? If you know a girl a freak and you wipe her up, you the mark. You knew she was a freak and you still wiped her up. KD knew this dude was an injury risk, but he still went over there. So guess what? It's his fault when the man gets hurt.
It's not his fault he got hurt.
Okay.
He knows what he was getting into. I agree. It's not his fault he got hurt.
When he lose, I don't want to hear no excuses about, well, CP got hurt.
I agree. I agree with that. That's fine. It's still not his fault that Chris Paul gets hurt.
Okay.
It don't matter whose fault it is.
I agree, but you don't get to. It's not a cop out to KD. Oh well, Chris Paul got hurt. Well, Chris Paul's likely to get hurt.
Technical boy. Okay, technical man.
You said it was his fault.
But my take for tonight, I think. First, let me say I really wanted the Suns to win because I want to see a more exciting Western Conference Finals. You know, like Suns Golden State or Suns LA. Either one would be more exciting.
Sacramento, Denver, and entertaining.
Nah, chill. I'm trying to get past that. Chill. You put me. I'm regressing. I'm getting back to adults. I got to call my therapist now.
Focus. I'm sorry. Focus.
But no, I don't see how the Suns could come back from down 2-0 against a team like the Nuggets. But they'll steal one. I don't see them not stealing one with the firepower they have. But also, I do want to say this. I think this is less about KD and more about Monty Williams not figuring something out. Monty Williams does have the personnel, regardless of what y'all say about their bench or whatnot. I don't care what y'all say about DeAndre Ayton. He's good enough. KD is obviously good enough. Devin Booker is obviously good enough. You got those three guys. Chris Paul's out. The Suns should be putting up a better fight than this. I don't think it should go this way. I think we got to start looking at Monty a little more.
So with these guys being good enough, Big Ox, is it fair to say that my guys are better? So even if you got guys that are good enough, because that could be the case. DeAndre Ayton, he's the 18-10 guy, right? As good as Kevin Durant is, even though I'm not really feeling jumping on a unit in the middle of the season and thinking that you're just going to win it with this guy, right? Devin Booker being good enough. But with my unit, is it fair to say that we're better? Even individually with the guys that you have, you may individually have more talent, but my unit may be better.
I don't really think the Nuggets are really better, but I think that so you're right. So individually, I would say that the Suns are more top heavy. But the Suns got some basketball players on that squad that could be utilized better than they are being utilized. I think I don't want to put this all on KD. I do want to see. But they got players on that bench.
TJ Warren on stilts. He can't walk no more.
They got enough over there. They got enough over there to make it a better series.
Brother-in-law running around with the Tasmanian devil, look like he drunk 30 Red Bulls.
No, there's no way that the Suns should be in danger of getting swept right now. That's unacceptable for this team. They got way too much talent, way too much firepower.
How much blame you want to give Josh Okogie? Like how much responsibility does Josh Okogie have in this series compared to a guy like KD, compared to a Devin Booker, compared to an Ayton? Like, how much are we really going to blame Bismack Biyombo at the end of this if they're not able to
Bismack is a vet. He should be doing something on that defensive end. I'm not giving nobody a pass. Like, I think everybody on the team, if you lose, everybody on the team is to blame. Everybody, maybe not equally, no, but obviously you go straight to KD, you go straight to Devin Booker, you go straight to Chris Paul's injuries, you go straight to DeAndre Ayton. But Monty Williams is the general. He's the leader of that team. He's the coach. He has to do something different. I know I kept saying it over and over yesterday, like do something, Monty. Obviously, I don't have the answers. I'm not an NBA coach, but he should have the answers. He's been around long enough. He should know that he should have a vet coaching in his Rolodex. That he can holler at, like, hey man, what should I do on this right here? You know, something. You got to reach out and do something. I'm not willing to give Monty Williams a pass right now.
It's only one thing I'll give y'all that I think Monty isn't doing, and that's playing Terrence Ross. I think Terrence Ross has shown he's a valuable role player in the league, and that he can help facilitate, and he can help that team put up numbers while KD or Devin Booker gets a rest. I don't think them running KD and Devin Booker 44 minutes a game in this series, bro, then bro, they're gonna destroy those cats, man, because they're playing those games. They're playing those minutes every game, every round. And the rounds are going to get tougher as you go. So these dudes are going to wear down. So I think Terrence Ross is one guy. TJ Warren, bro, he's done, man. He's on stilts. Damian Lee, bro, that's Steph Curry's brother-in-law, and they sent his ass a lullaby from Golden State. So how good can he really be? Like I said, he looked like he drunk 30 Red Bulls before the game and running around like the Tasmanian devil in the game. Man, you can't use that dude. And Payne, I call him Martin Payne, not Cameron Payne. Bro, he's probably the worst backup point guard in the NBA. They don't have a bench, bro.
They were calling him the best last year.
I'm about to say, yeah, he's not that bad of an option. It's just he's I brought up the guys like Biyombo and Okogie for the very reason of I was listening to Ox Go, and Ox is saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna put this all on Kevin Durant. It's on this team." And Chill brought up a great point.
Mostly Monty
you can
Williams.
have talent. Mostly Monty Williams because the lineup uses. But even if you switch the lineups or try to use these guys, what are you getting out of them? Chill brought up a great point. You could have a top heavy roster and have 4 of the more talented players. But my unit is better. My roster is deeper. I can go 8 to 12 or 8 to 10 to 11 players, and they'll give me something compared to you bringing in Josh Okogie to play 20 minutes. You having to have Bismack Biyombo play 20 minutes. If they're doing that, I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, damn. I mean, hey, man, Bismack do better. No, Kevin Durant, you shouldn't have had a bad game too. You need to play out of your mind. Devin Booker, you can't lack. So, yeah, I'm going to have to blame Kevin Durant. I'm going to have to blame Devin Booker.
Isn't that somewhat of a coaching thing too, though, Dom? Isn't it somewhat of a coaching thing for me to get my 3 guys now? Well, obviously you bring Chris Paul in there too. Isn't it a thing where I put them out there like, yo, I know you want to play 35 minutes. I know you want to play 30 minutes. I know this or that. But look, that's not happening. I need everything from you.
I feel you. I scream lineup management about Darvin Ham, but people tell me wait it out.
Hey, Damo, why aren't they playing Torrey Craig this series? He had a great series last series. Why aren't they playing him at like?
What happened to him?
Because when he been playing in this series, he's been terrible. That's why.
Yo, so I have a question. Quick question. This is for Ticket, of course, and you too, Bob. I'll start with Ticket first. Matter of fact, Ticket, don't answer, but just I can't even see you because you're gonna keep going for too long. How could you disregard their bench so crazy and all of this stuff? And even if KD wins, you'll give him slack. That's one. I know for a fact you will. And Bob too. You blame it on Monty Williams. I would never blame it on the coach. You see that?
Why would you not? He's the coach.
Because last year you said, "Oh, I gave KD excuses about Steve Nash," and you hated that.
Steve?
Huh?
No, I'm saying everybody said Steve Nash wasn't a good coach. I was like, okay, Steve Nash might not be a great coach.
Okay. You got mad. You got mad and said, "See, now y'all blaming it on the coach. Now y'all blaming excuses on this. Now y'all
no.
It's not Monty's fault. It's no bench fault. It will be Kevin Durant and Devin Booker's fault if they don't succeed."
No, you can't just blame it on one person.
No. If you're that great, you're just that great.
Okay. Do you believe that, or are you just keeping the same energy you've heard other people?
You know I believe that, Mars. I've never brought up the Steve Nash factor. Every time
that's true.
Lose, I've never went that route because I played basketball, and of course, coach could put you in this right position here and there. But when you're out there, bro, and when you're out there to the extent of their being out there, it's like it is what it is. Like, of course, they're not supposed to get swept. Of course, Steve Nash could have did something different. I'm not on Steve Nash's side, but not for nothing. KD's still playing. It's not much Nash. You know what I'm saying? It's for the technicalities. The coach.
Oh, that's extremely naive of you, there. To have such an extensive resume in basketball, but I know for sure you've had coaches that's putting the wrong lineup out there doing things like that.
A coach for Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, any team KD and Dev Book go to, honestly, the coach, yes, there is a coach, but it's to the extent of like how much could in a way teach me. Kevin Durant wanted to have less shoot arounds and more, whatever the case may be. He has to control the game. Right. But and my thing is in terms of how they're playing, for those type of players, how KD's playing, how Devin Booker's playing, it's up to them.
That's true. Of course, a coach can't make you play bad or play good, but a coach can put you in better positions. You can put different lineups on the floor. And what I said about Kevin Durant over there in the Knicks was I said he needs to go to some leadership seminars because he's a terrible leader. That's what I said. I said if he was a better leader, he could rally his troops.
All right, fellas, we're gonna transition off of Kevin Durant and off of this series. We've talked about it enough. I do want to kind of get into something fun. So we can either do one or two things. We can rank the teams that are in the playoffs right now, or we can currently rank all the players that have been in the playoffs so far.
Ron, when you said that, bro, you reminded me of elementary school when the teacher bust out a one box of pizza for 28 of us.
Wait, all the players to how far?
That have just been in the playoffs so far. Not playing. We'll do 20.
Top 20 players that's in the playoffs right now. Okay,
not right now though. Not right now. Just
Ron,
are
you gonna go over the Knicks game too first, or are you gonna do that afterwards?
Nah, we'll do that after.
Oh, okay.
The Knicks play.
Yeah, Julius Randle played well.
Yeah, he did. I was really.
I said he would play well. I said he would play well. I said he would play well.
Because I know that Mars. I was interested to hear what Mars had to say about Julius Randle.
I said he would play well, man.
You know what? Well, let's get into that right now while Dale's still here. Dale, you still got time?
Yep, I got 7 minutes.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the Knicks. Mars, how do you?
Dale, you crazy. Dale, you're crazy.
I do, yo, look, I was one of my students, y'all. Look,
you're crazy. What's up, dog?
Yeah.
What's up, man? Hey, Dale, you're crazy, dog. You certified crazy. Well, go ahead,
I'm not crazy. I'm serious.
I know that's what I'm saying. You crazy. I like hanging around you, dog. You crazy, Dale, man. Go ahead.
I'll be chilling. Don't hang around Ron, yo. He's that person who dropped the ball in Turkey. Ron dropped the ball in Turkey.
Hey, you weren't there the next time I was there though. That's what I'm saying. Hey, I dropped one ball, picked up two the next time. But check this out though. Check this out. Let's talk about the New York Knicks and what they did last night.
I tried to tell you guys, Julius Randle was gonna have a good game. First good playoff game of his career. I said he was gonna have a good game, and he did. So Julius Randle, you're welcome. I foreshadowed it for you. RJ Barrett started off good and then fell off, but you can.
Let me go because I'm about to dip. Randle played good, right? But I'm happy they stole one, but the Knicks have to be better if they want to steal a game out of Miami. They just have to be better because the Miami boy, Spo, like when it comes to coaching, I would give Spo with just Jimmy Butler, then I would give Monty Williams with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, if that makes sense, if you can understand what I'm saying. The way Spo has the people that needs to be put in the right position playing is what, like, I'm watching a team without Jimmy Butler almost steal that victory out of the Garden, and the Garden was rocking. I didn't know if they sent the email out.
I wasn't sure if they was going to win. I wasn't sure if they was going to beat them. I wasn't sure.
I don't know if they sent the email to all the alumni of the past to show up, but they had Melo there. They had John Starks in the building. They had A. Houston, who, like, it was packed in there.
Bernard King was in the building.
Everybody. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The email had to go out because, damn. So I think the Knicks ain't played yet well in this series. Of course, they walked away with a win yesterday, but they didn't play well. They just need to have one good defense and offensive game, and I think the series come back to New York 2-2.
Hey, and you got to remember, he was also hurt too. He was hurt. So we saying Jimmy was hurt in game 2, but we got to remember that they didn't have Julius in game 1. And I think Julius is the key to this game, to this series. Julius is not afraid of Bam. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm on this narrative again. They got to get Bam up out of there, bro. Julius is going right at Bam. He don't give a damn about Bam, bro. They have to move Bam after this. Bro, that game last night was – now, we always get on AD when AD doesn't show up. Bro, we're not saying Bam has to do 30 and 20. But, bro, at least give me 20 and 10. Especially when –
I'm a big Bam supporter, too. I am.
Yeah, I got high praise for Bam.
Yeah, 100%. He got to play better.
In high regard, yeah.
Bro, yeah, he got to play better. Yeah, he got to play better. 100%. 100%.
No, not much you can do when you're going up against Julius Randle. I mean, he played well. I'm giving him his flowers. He played well.
Julius, man.
I've been waiting for 3 years. This is the first good playoff game he's had. I want to give him his credit. He was making some very good reads out the double team. He was playmaking well. He was making shots from inside the 3-point line. He wasn't really chucking. He had a few dumb plays, but that's Julius Randle. You're going to have a few of them sprinkled in there. But I think he played well. I think RJ Barrett started off well, and then he tried to throw one of the worst entry passes I've ever seen, by the way, from the other side of the court and threw it off.
What the hell was that?
That was.
I'm about to go get a manicure. So
enjoy your manicure.
Be easy, Dale. Take it light, brother.
All right,
Ticket,
yeah, we're gonna catch you on the
they
flip
play
side.
Friday. Who played tonight? Yo, Ticket, if Tatum lose tonight, I need to hear you cursing up here tomorrow. All right, love. Safety.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know, I've already been on it.
They better
Titties
not
over
lose
titles
tonight.
gonna get his ass
They
again.
better not lose
The problem
tonight.
is Joel.
Nah, Philly and
problem
4.
is Joel-
Philly and 4 for sure. Philly and 4.
Joel
James
Embiid's
Harden.
playing tonight. That's the problem. Joel's coming back too early. He's playing tonight, but I like it that he's coming back.
Wait, he's
Because
actually coming back. Like confirmed.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want to miss. You shouldn't want to miss playoff games. So I respect him.
Hold on for a second.
MVP.
Ticket.
Yeah,
Can we get Mars back on Julius Randle? I want to
Yeah,
get Mars
but
back on
we
Julius
will
Randle.
get into that game, and I still do
Yeah.
want to do the player rankings for everybody that have played.
Let's get Mars back on Julius Randle. That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
Keep going.
Julius Randle, like I said, was making some great reads out the double team. I think he was playing within himself more than he ever has in the playoffs. Whether or not I think it's sustainable, who knows? But for this game, it's credit to him. RJ Barrett started off good, like I said.
Yep.
That turnover was egregious. Jalen Brunson had a very good game. He was making threes, something he was struggling to do against Cleveland. So maybe he's turned the corner. Josh Hart is one of the best rebounding non-bigs in the NBA, like by far. His ability to rebound on both sides of the ball is so valuable. So I want to credit him.
If you real quick, Miles, off the top of your head, if you think about a rebounding guard in the game, can you give me another one better than Josh Hart? A rebounding guard.
Lonzo Ball's up there in my opinion.
Lonzo, you'd have to go Russell Westbrook, Luka,
Oh yeah.
and that's about it. And me personally, I think I'd take Josh Hart over. I'd take Josh Hart over Luka. I don't know about Russell Westbrook, but I'd take Josh Hart's up there as one of the best.
Yeah.
So I want to give him credit.
Real good rebounder. I know
Well, he's not in the NBA anymore. So.
Yeah, we just
Emmanuel quickly's disappointed me in this postseason so
Me
far.
too.
Offensively, defensively, like I think he's been good in the minutes he's had, but offensively, he's really let me down. I expected more from him. But going forward in the series, with or without Jimmy Butler, now that Julius Randle's back, Heat and 6. So yeah, Heat and 6.
Heat and 6. Now that with Julius Randle back in the lineup, they still gonna lose.
Can we
100%.
talk more about this game though, and just really about? I want to talk about two things. I do want to talk about how well I don't necessarily want to say the Knicks played well, but how they were able to pull it out. But I also do want to talk about how good Miami looked without Jimmy Butler as well.
That just goes to show how well coached that team is. Like
Yeah.
everyone knows Spo's one of the top coaches of this era, of this generation of basketball, since he's really been around for real. He's shown that. And this Miami team, listen, when you got a bunch of undrafted G League two-way contract guys playing, and you're the 8th seed, you've knocked off the 1st seed, it's coaching. Even if Jimmy's out there giving you 50, these other guys have to be doing something for you to get to this point or to complement that. Like they showed it. It should have been evident in the finals in 2020 how well coached this team was, how great this unit plays, how great the others play. It just goes to that. In my opinion.
And on top of that, you as a coach, it's your job to get the best out of your guys. And one of the things that Spo does better than anybody is whatever you know how to do, that's what we're going to do. What you don't know how to do, we're not doing that. So a guy like Strus is a long ball shooter. Why he doesn't play, I will say this before I go any further. Why Duncan Robinson is finally getting minutes as opposed to not getting minutes in the past, I still didn't understand it. I understand that he's a defensive liability. Well, so is Jordan Poole. All right, so is Jordan Poole a defensive liability. So if you could get this guy shots, Kyle Korver was a defensive liability. There have been plenty of shooters who are defensive liabilities. Duncan Robinson is 6'8". Duncan Robinson is 6'8" and one of the best catch and shoot guys in the game. So you have to find minutes for him, 100%. Plus, if you want to get off that contract, the only way you're going to be able to do that is to showcase him. And to show him to other teams that, yo, this is what we have. So if in the future we might move him, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a great catch and shoot guy. Now back to those other guys. Like he's giving Gabe Vincent a ridiculous amount of confidence. Gabe Vincent is a guy who came into the league out of the University of Santa Barbara, undrafted in the G League. This guy just looks like he's got so much more confidence. Kyle Lowry is playing on one foot. He on one leg. He's putting Kyle Lowry in position where Kyle Lowry can be the most effective, where he doesn't have to do a lot. Be a distributor, knock down mid-range shots. And if you knock down open shots, that's extra for us. I think Spo has done a great job in essentially putting the battery in the back of these guys and getting the most out of them.
Would anybody else like to touch on just the Heat team and how they were undermanned but really overperformed?
Yeah, man, that's what I've been trying to say for months now, or since I first started getting on PC. These guys can all ball. Like people look at it and it's like, remember I used to have the issue. It's like, well, why we always got to talk about LeBron and KD, but there's hundreds of hoopers in the NBA. These cats can all get busy if you let them.
Yeah.
And I think, and I mean, obviously everybody's not as good as a coach as Spo is, but it just shows like, bro, you can put these cats in positions to be successful. That's what I'm saying about Monty Williams though. Like, Monty, you got some guys on there that can ball, bro. Figure it out.
No doubt. Another thing I do want to talk about in this series is Jalen Brunson. I don't think we've talked about him enough as we should throughout this whole playoff run that the Knicks have been putting up. How do we feel about Jalen Brunson right now and just the tier of point guards and just the way he's playing just as a player in general?
Mark Cuban made a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. He's a top 10 point guard. He's a top 10 point guard.
You mean we talking about the guy that made Luka?
Mark Cuban made Luka. 100%. He made a mistake. There's no reason why you should have let him walk out the front door. And I'm not buying the whole logic of his father. And no, you didn't want to pay him, period. That's it in a nutshell. You didn't want to pay him because he looks like a great complimentary player. He was already doing that in the playoffs last year with Luka. So you wouldn't have had to gut your team. You paid him, so you still got those perimeter defenders that you have. Now you go out and you get a 5-man who's legit, get Powell off the floor, and you go get you a legit 5-man that can score. Now you're viable in the playoffs, as opposed to gutting your team, like Ticket talked about with Phoenix, gutting your team and getting rid of your 2 best perimeter defenders, and now you just look super whack. Mark Cuban made a mistake letting him walk out the front door 100%.
We used to say he was overpaid, to be fair, Jalen Brunson. When he first got the contract, people were saying he was overpaid. So it is a bit of hindsight because I don't think people, what's he on, like 120 or something like that? People were saying that was a bad deal for the Knicks to do. So if Dallas did that at the time, people would have said
it was only a playoff run. That's the only thing we got from him was a playoff run. So he didn't have a long resume of just consistently putting up numbers.
Yeah, so like it's hindsight speaking, saying that Dallas made a mistake, and yes, they did make a mistake in hindsight. But most people can't say they foreshadowed that Jalen Brunson was going to look this good. Like there was signs of it. I don't think he would look this good next to Luka, just because I don't think Luka just fits well with people. But I think him going to New York was the best thing for him. Now just get rid of Julius Randle, and then all is well.
Well, with that also being, go ahead, Damo. I'm sorry.
Oh, my fault. I was just going to say, I personally didn't think that Jalen Brunson could be the best player on the playoff team initially getting that contract. All right, going anywhere. I knew Jalen Brunson could play. I knew he could hoop. I knew he could be effective and impactful. Right. But I thought at max his ceiling was, unless your team was the 3rd best player or the number 3, maybe the 2nd best if your team was just built that great, like you had just that great of role players. But I didn't think at any point he'll be the best player on a team in the 2nd round of the playoffs. Like he genuinely outplayed the contract he got. Like he went from being overpaid in the summer to being underpaid by, in my opinion, by All-Star break. I heard the conversation of, did they pay too little for him? And now he's definitely looking underpaid. I didn't think he'd be that consistent.
Well, remember this too, Damo. So we'll rewind the clock back to when he was at Villanova. He was the best point guard in the country. So the best point guard in the country, 1st team All-American on the national championship team. Back then, when I was coming up, that was a top 10 pick in the draft, and built your unit around guys like that, right? So he went in the 2nd round. They basically stole him. So him being in Dallas, when we saw him in the playoffs, that was just a prelude of what he could actually be. And that was just the beginning of it. So once we saw that, now I'm thinking watching him outplay Mike Conley, right? Basically playing Donovan Mitchell toe-to-toe, going up against Donovan Mitchell toe-to-toe. That was the first time he had an opportunity to actually play, and we saw what he could do. So in the process of him doing that, now he goes to New York, which is a different system, which is where Tibbs doesn't really play a wide-open offense. He's more of a defensive-oriented guy, so he's going to look different. If he would have stayed in Dallas, what we're talking about right now from him, we probably still would be talking about that. We probably still would be talking about him like that had he stayed in Dallas.
Yeah, I'm becoming a big fan of Jalen Brunson. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was a Jalen Brunson hater. I never thought he would be this good. Never thought that. I didn't even know if he was a starting caliber point guard in general. Let alone able to do this. He's proven me wrong up to every stage up until this point. And it's just like, bro, he does whatever he wants to. He plays at that cool, calm, slow pace, gets to his spots, and then finish his plays off. And I just, I got to tip my hat off to him because, bro, you're in New York right now. You're in the Madison Square Garden right now, showing out for a franchise that we've just talked about The Sacramento Kings. Remember last episode, Lo was saying they were homeless, they've been in poverty. Well, what have the Knicks been? I know they made the playoffs last year.
5 straight 50-loss seasons.
You see what I'm saying? And so right now, what he's doing for New York, it's major right now.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that game a little bit more tomorrow night. But we do got to talk about the game tonight. And really, we got to talk about the 2023 NBA MVP, Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about this? Let's talk about it.
It was the "Here You Go for Crying" award, in my opinion. My MVP's in Denver. He should have got 3 straight. Joker's the best player on the planet that's not Anthony Davis or that doesn't have a unibrow, in my opinion. Joel Embiid, great player, phenomenal guy, second best center in the NBA, legit one of the best talents I've seen in a long time at the center position. There's no way, shape, or form I think he should have been MVP. He literally got it because no one wanted to see Jokic get 3 straight. A bunch of narratives and propaganda led to Joel Embiid getting it. I've watched guys sit on ESPN and hype up guys like Jokic all year just to get their vote and be like, well, you know, yeah, I got to go to Embiid. He deserves it. All right, man. Like, I guess.
Totally disagree. I had Giannis, but watching Game 7 reminded me that Steph Curry is the best player in the world. Coming off a world championship, best player in the NBA Finals, just spectacular performance in the NBA Finals last year, and then the ability to come back this year, go through everything they went through, and go face a team that was a tough team. Sacramento is the greatest offensive team in NBA history this season. And to go on the road in Game 7 and drop that 50 ball on them and do it in the fashion that he did it to remind everybody, I think that we haven't given the chef, especially myself, his just due. And I think that he's the guy, he's the champ. And until he's beaten, he's standing on top of the throne right now over everybody, over Giannis, over KD, over Jokic, over Embiid. I think that Steph Curry is the best player in the world. I don't think he's MVP this year.
Oh, okay.
He's the best player. I think he's the best player in the world. I still stand by the regular season MVP being Giannis for this season based off what I saw in the regular season. And I think that Embiid, he's a great player, and I like him. He is an MVP candidate. But I just think that the Philadelphia 76ers are a very good team without him. I think the 76ers will be a top 4 team in the East without him. I think, and y'all didn't give Doc Rivers that either.
How they gonna do that?
I'm gonna say this: you gotta give Doc Rivers a lot of love, bro. Doc Rivers came to Philly and literally have made Joel Embiid an MVP candidate every single year, and we haven't given that to Doc. And Doc did that. Doc came over there and said, "Look, we gonna feature you." And if you look under Doc, Embiid has had the best years of his career with Doc. Doc has absolutely unleashed Embiid on the NBA. And so, as I said, though, man, I still think Giannis is the MVP, only player since Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, since Wilt to average 30 and shoot 50% at the same time. 55% he shot this year. Most wins in the NBA as a team. Some of the best impact on the winning when he was playing. Yeah, man. But Curry's the best player in the world. I disagree with Don when he said that Jokic is the best player in the world. I think Curry's the best player in the world right now. Go ahead.
This MVP was about
go ahead. No, you got it, Bob.
Affirmative action.
Put that lip back in too, Bob. Put that lip back in too, Bob.
Affirmative action. Yeah.
That's all you got to say.
Come on.
So none of you guys think Embiid deserved the MVP?
Don't get me wrong. Like
I believe it is.
Embiid was a top 5, 6, 7 candidate. He should have been in the talks.
5, 6, 7.
Oh, I ain't going that far. Yeah, I'm not going that far.
That's love. That's love.
5,
There's a lot of people
6,
in the NBA.
7.
There's a lot of people in the NBA. That's love, yo. That's love. If KD wouldn't have got hurt when he got hurt, I definitely had him above him. For sure. 5, 6, 7. That's love, bro. That's love.
No.
I think it should. I think it was Jokic was the MVP, and then after that, Giannis. But
Hold on.
And then
Y'all know
Demontis Sabonis, right?
Y'all know this.
Bob, who else did you have? Bob, you said seven. You said seven. Bob, you said seven. Bob, name the 6 players that you had over Embiid this year. You already said
This is about to get nasty too.
Jokic. You said Jokic. Who else?
So
Bob, before you answer that question, Bob, you have exactly 30 seconds to walk that back. We don't have to go down this road.
Just walk it back.
Just say he was top 3.
I want him to get. I want to see who he has at 6.
We don't have to go down this road, brother.
Go ahead, Bob. I want you to answer that, Bob.
I can't help myself, Chill.
Oh, my God.
That's
why I'm trying to save you, brother.
So no, we got. I mean, you could go, and obviously, no, fuck that. Fuck the disclaimer. We got Giannis. We got Jokic. We could go with JT. We could go. So we're not gonna go 6 because KD got hurt. But I had KD.
Okay, JT.
So we can still go KD. We could throw KD in there still. I need that.
47 games, valid. 47 games.
That's 4. Go ahead.
Okay.
That's it, Bob. That's it, Bob.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
You didn't say Curry. You didn't say Curry neither, by the way.
So we got Steph.
Oh, okay.
That's 5.
Okay. All right. We'll stop there.
So he's 6. So he is 6.
So he's number 6.
We'll stop there.
No, he was just trying to find names. He doesn't believe most.
I'm surprised he didn't say
why not?
Fox.
No. Why not? Why not?
You don't believe KD. You don't believe KD.
Luka 2.
Mars said it for me.
Luka 2.
De'Aaron's in there too. So he is. Oh, so he named 6.
So Luka 2.
I don't want to go with Luka, but Luka right there too. Luka
He missed the playoffs.
But that's what I was about to say, Mars. It's the fact that they missed the playoffs.
That's
It's
7.
the fact that they missed the playoffs that it's like
I tried to save him down. I did. I tried to save him down.
Oh, save from what? Those are good names.
Wow.
Those are good names.
Come on, big ox.
KD played like half the season. Like
that's number 1.
Okay, you can take KD out. You can take KD out because of injuries, and Luka isn't in there only because they didn't make the playoffs. But if they would have even got in the play-in,
take Tatum out too, and I'm a Tatum guy.
I can't take JT out,
and I'm a Tatum guy. But take Tatum out.
I can't take JT out.
So Steph being a 6 seed is okay to you.
There's not 6 seed. I'm fine with that.
Yo, Bob. So essentially, what you're saying is Embiid's season was overrated. We're hyping Embiid up.
That's not hype, bro. That's not. Well, some people. If you say if there's 7 people that I think could be MVP. We'll keep it with 5. We'll keep it with 5. That could be MVP. Any of those guys, it's love. It's no disrespect for me to say that these guys could have got MVP over Joel. I personally think Joel got MVP because of the crybaby antics. I think it's just like I think it's just like they feel like we owe Joel because he didn't get the last 4 and he was good enough. But I don't think especially over those two, especially over Giannis and Jokic, those 2 right there for sure. Like. Giannis, I think this MVP was probably Jokic's, and then Giannis, if not him.
I had Giannis winning the league MVP this year, and I think that Joker is better. However, when I think about the season that Embiid had, he first got to average 30 and 10 since Shaq over 20 years ago. He's the first big man to do that. Mm-hmm. With that also being said, the 2 years, so in 21 when he finished second in the league in MVP votes, I think they won 70% of the games without him in the lineup. Last year, when he finished second in the league in MVP votes, I think they won 60% of the games without him in the lineup. And then this season, they also had a winning record without him in the lineup. So when I think about the league MVP and I think about the guy who's the most valuable to his team's success, when he's also running with a dude in James Harden, who's a 20 and 10 guy leading the league in assists, as opposed to Giannis, as opposed to Embiid, who didn't have it. I'm sorry, not Embiid. As opposed to Joker, who didn't have any All-Stars, who didn't have any All-NBA performers or All-League defenders. The fact that he won the league MVP, I understand it. I had, again, Giannis, but it doesn't bother me tremendously that he won it. It's cool.
Oh yeah, shout out Embiid. I'm not mad at it. It's just I just call it for what it is. It was the here guy award.
Yeah, I love to see young brothers getting money. I love to see young brothers getting money.
With that being said, would that mean him coming back tonight?
Talk that talk. I was just going to say it.
Him coming back tonight. You got to get that win, man. You got to get that win.
He's just got to get through the game healthy.
That's
all I'm concerned with, Mars. That's all I'm concerned.
If I'm, I don't know why he's playing, but
right. Oh, you know why? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you why he's playing. Because he carrying tradition. It's the playoffs. When you hurt, you're supposed to play. This is what you're here for. All the ones that came before him played. Isaiah played. Larry played. Kevin McHale played. Jordan played. All these dudes we used to this, Chilltown. Yeah. This ain't something we supposed to be out here condoning. Niggas, I don't condone that shit Jimmy did. Sitting down during a playoff game, you just listen. We talking about Miami like they got the series on lock. No, that could have lost the series.
That's a fact.
We seen Joel Embiid missing games in the playoffs, lose a series, bro, by him missing one game.
Which, by the way, Ticket, if Jimmy Butler plays last night, they beat the Knicks, and we ain't coming back to New York.
Listen,
we're not coming back to New York. The series is over.
Yo, shout out to Kenny the Jet Smith. He said some shit that was so real, Chilltown. You know what he said? When you're a great player like that, Damo, when you at the top of the top, bro, 70% of you is better than 90% of the league.
Yes.
So why is you sitting down, bro?
But you don't know how serious his injury is.
I don't listen.
It wasn't that serious because he over there on the sideline. No, it wasn't that serious.
I don't think so.
He over there in flip-flop.
We got to stop. We got to stop assuming. We got to stop always assuming that we know the goings-ons of these players, physical health and bodies and whatnot.
What kind of?
That's
not even a super chat. Why did you bring that up?
Can you decipher this, Morris?
He's saying add Jokic's points and assists is more points per game created than Embiid's points and assists.
Exactly.
That's what he's saying.
Jokic should have won MVP.
But that wasn't even a super chat. You just gave that guy free publicity.
A lot of people were saying Jokic can't win it because he's getting MVPs and not going far in the playoffs. If that's the criteria, then why would Joel get it?
Oh, because it's his first one. It's his first one. It's a different. The criteria changes once you've won multiple, because then you have to win in the playoffs to win the next one.
Right.
And this is why the accolades don't matter. But
just so you know, Big Ox, had Joker not won it last year, he would have won it this year.
100%.
He would have won it 100%. He would have won it this year.
See what I'm saying? Why? What's that? That's that voter fatigue you was talking about, Mars?
It's the fact that people put so much weight in these things that they see how it can change the course of history. And if Jokic wins 3 straight, they know what that means historically. So even though he deserved the MVP and he was my MVP the whole year, they're not going to give it to him because they know what 3 MVPs in a row means to NBA history. So he'd have to do something crazy. Yeah, that's all it is. And that's why I don't care about
that's what I said.
And we got to start talking about him different. We got to start talking about him like Bird now. We got to start talking about him like Chamberlain. We got to start talking about him like Bill Russell, because these guys won the league MVP 3 straight years. And nobody wants to do that with him, especially a dude that has not been to the NBA Finals, especially a dude who's not won the NBA championship. And I think the voters recognize that, whoa, wait a minute. If we have to start doing that, that's not a conversation that we can really back. We can't condone that. So no, we don't want to do that. So instead, in the words of Big Ox, can I have it, please? Can I please have an MVP?
Did you guys see the trophy? Is the trophy him doing it? Remember I told y'all, if he gets MVP, the trophy got to be him. The busted him doing that one.
Embiid was my number 2 for MVP, so I'm not trying to Jokic was just my MVP the whole year. I think Embiid deserved it. I don't have a problem with him winning it. I just know the main reason why he won it is because of the narrative of Jokic winning 3 straight. So
I like I told you, Miles, I had Giannis winning it before the season started, and then Joker played himself into the MVP, and then I feel like he played himself out of it at the end of the season, and I felt like Embiid may have passed him at the end of the season. And him not playing in that game in Denver really boiled me. Burnt me that he didn't play in that game. Why didn't he play in that game? I was upset about that. I was really looking forward to it.
That's what I'm saying. How you not gonna let Jokic get his league back?
Should have beat him in Philly.
How much do you guys think that holds weight against just the whole MVP thing in general, with Jokic and Embiid getting the best of Jokic that one game?
I think it was a factor for some voters. I think the voters were looking for any reason to give Embiid the MVP over Jokic, and I think that's a big reason. So it helps the argument. So that it's a big factor. The same way anything Jokic does bad and anything Embiid does well, just to help the agenda to validate Embiid's MVP, they were going to use that. So I think there was an MVP voter who, when Embiid didn't play in that game, said that, quote, "I'm going to remember this."
This is an MVP voter who said that. Quote, he's not playing in this game. These are the type of things that we will remember. And I, as an MVP voter, I'm going to remember this. End quote. He said that.
Hey, did they
How do you cry? How do you cry about not getting the MVP and then not play against the MVP?
Hey, Mars.
He played against them and beat them.
He played him almost getting 50.
Hey, Mars,
but
did any of you guys see how many votes did each of the guys get?
Embiid got 73 first place, Jokic got 15, and Giannis got 12, if I remember correctly.
So
it was a landslide. It was a landslide.
So 3/4 of the vote. Yeah. So 3/4 of the vote went to Embiid. So he won it almost going away.
Embiid got 915 total points. The Joker was second with 674, and then Giannis had 606.
How many did De'Aaron have?
12.
De'Aaron had 2.
And just so you guys know, and just so you guys know, real quick, this is the first time that James has not had an MVP vote in his career.
Why did he get a vote last year?
He shouldn't have had one.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, he averaged 30 last year, didn't he?
They missed the
They did miss the play-in, but you could argue performance alone.
I mean, Derek Rose got an MVP vote a couple years ago. So, I mean,
he did.
So
I think when he was in Minnesota, I think he got an MVP vote.
After that 50 more,
something like that.
So there's always going to be that one vote who's just going to put someone nonsense in that fifth. So
yeah.
Yo, but I don't know. I just don't necessarily like how you guys are saying it was Joker's to lose and more so Embiid's to win, and that it's a pity MVP. Dude, first off, I'm gonna just say they won more games. The Philadelphia Sixers won. Yeah, the Nuggets were the first seed, but the Philadelphia 76ers won more games. On top of that, Joel Embiid balled out all year. He led the league in scoring, averaged a double-double, and dominated all throughout the whole year. So I feel like he's deserving of this. I'm not even thinking twice. Giannis was my MVP, but I'm not even thinking twice. Joel did his thing. He did what he needed to do to win it. I don't care about the other antics. I don't care if he was crying. I don't care if it was this, that, and the third. I don't care if Kendrick Perkins came up here and went on a whole monologue and said why Jokic shouldn't have won. Joel Embiid still deserved this award based on his play. But
with the climate of America, with the climate in America right now, for Kendrick Perkins to come out and do that towards the end, like the later part of the season, it made a lot of people, uncomfortable voting for Jokic. They're like, he said we racist. If we give him another one, then we're racist.
I do agree. Embiid played like an MVP and he deserved it. He was my number 2, so I don't have a problem with him winning it. I just believe, like I said this before the season, I said no matter what Jokic does, I don't think he's going to win it, because they don't want to give him 3 straight because they know the historical implications. So even though Embiid won it, and I have no problem with him winning it because he played like an MVP and he's played like an MVP the last 3 years, I just believe that if Jokic didn't have the 2 previous ones, he would have won this one. And I just don't like the idea that people base previous seasons on how they vote for the current season.
Mars, can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Do y'all think everybody else can answer this too? Where do y'all think? What do y'all think Philly is without Embiid as a team in the East? I still think they're a playoff team. If Embiid's not on that crew, I'm saying, where are you ranking them at in the East without Embiid? I think they're a top 4 seed in a top 4 seed in the East without Embiid. I think they're 4 in the East.
You think they better than Cleveland?
They're 4 in the East without Embiid.
Wow,
I think they're 5 or 6. I'll say 5.
No. I'm saying 4. Hold on. You got an MVP in Harden.
Yep.
You got Maxey who's ready to roll, and you got Tobias Harris, and you got the other guys on the team, PJ Tucker. You got Melton. You got all those other dudes. Paul Reed, all these other guys. I think in the East they're a top 4 seed, and I think that team could beat the Cavs in a 7-game series without Joel Embiid.
Without Embiid.
In fact, I'm gonna give him 6. I'm gonna say that the Cavs
that's where
and the Knicks are still better than him, but I get what you're saying, though, Ticket.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, Ticket. To be honest with you, and I watched that interview with James Harden after the game, and he gave me the vibes that big fella, you could sit down. We don't really need you right now. You straight.
Hey, real talk. I'm be honest with y'all, bro. I think they can make this a series without Embiid. I ain't saying they can win it, but I think they can take the series the long way without Joel Embiid, bro. I really do.
I think that's what they should have done.
With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this series because this is the lone game for the night. And I just want to say personally that, I said Joel Embiid deserves this MVP, But if he don't ball out in this playoff series, I don't give a damn about none of that. So that's what I want to talk about right now. And I want to talk about tonight, the implications of the Celtics being down 1-0, but then also James Harden bouncing back from a crazy game. Can he continue that? And what's Joel Embiid going to do tonight?
I don't really expect much from Joel Embiid tonight, to be honest with you. He hasn't played in almost 2 weeks. That's number one. Number two, not 2 weeks, like 10 days or something like that. Number two, this Boston team that just they just gave up that game. I don't see James Harden doing what James Harden did. I'd be really surprised if I got a 30-10 game from him. If you get a 30-10 game from James Harden tonight, they win this game going away, 100%. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're going to get.
Go ahead, my bad.
I think that Jaylen Brown and I think that Jason Tatum, more than anything, I think those guys play more in the second half. I think they're more aggressive offensively. I think that Robert Williams is more in the rotation as a rim protector, and I think they slow them down defensively. I'm taking Boston.
I disagree. Go ahead, Don.
I was just gonna say, yeah. I feel like Joel Embiid is definitely gonna be more impactful than people will give him credit for, even though he missed as amount of time as he has. I think he'll take the backseat of James Harden, though. I don't know, man. After watching James Harden play, look, I've been a big guy to give Harden some slack. At this point, I'm coming to realize a lot of guys I'm giving slack this year in the playoffs, they are proving me wrong. I watched Julius Randle have a good game. Pigs are about to fly. I'm not about to root against James Harden. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go against my gut. I'm going to go against what history has showed me so far. And I'm gonna ride the Harden wave. Hopefully Harden gets a little battery in his back because his big man is back, but he still is going to lead the way because he's the vet. As y'all seen after that game, you got Paul Reed and these guys high-fiving. It's game one. What are we doing? It's game one. We got 3 more to go. So he got that veteran leadership in him. I feel it. I'm going to rock with the Sixers. I know I want him to lose. I want to see that classic Celtics-Lakers finals matchup. Man, but Embiid got to earn that MVP. I can't. Embiid going out after Giannis going out in the first round, that just makes me – my agenda push for Jokic shouldn't have been MVP. Is going to go super crazy. So I need Embiid to win.
I'm not with the jeopardizing your future and your playing to appease fans and to prove that you deserve the MVP. I'm not with that. I don't even think Embiid should be out there tonight. But since he is going to play, more power to him. That's what's up. But I don't see this Philly. I don't see Philly going past this. I think Celtics win this whole series in 6. Tonight Celtics going to win this one by a decent margin.
Embiid needs to be there in street clothes, and Philly still should win the game.
I never killed Kawhi.
Philly in 4, but Embiid should not be playing. I don't think
Philly in 4.
Philly in 4. How much? But Embiid should not be playing.
What are you doing?
He's trolling, man. He's doing that shit to Dub. You know what he's doing. He's trolling his boy Dub, man. He want to raise Dub about his rap.
Everyone knows I have Philly winning. Now,
just
four might be a bit of a stretch. But Embiid should not be playing, and I stand on that. Embiid should not be.
Me and you had this conversation earlier in the season, and you was getting on that Utah train, and I was telling you, Mars, don't do it. And you was like, they're getting me there, and I'm trying to tell you, Mars, do not get sucked into that Utah train. And eventually you jumped off of it. Well, I'm telling you the same thing. That James Harden train, I'm telling you, it's headed for blowout city.
Do that, chill, Tim.
He's a new man. He's a new man.
Okay. Chill. Harden gonna burn you. I'm gonna say this to you. They got, bro.
If he burns me ticket 100%, I will come up here and I will say I was wrong about James Harden.
Let me tell you something about
100%.
I'm right there with you, chill, because I'm not 100%. Going for it. I'm not going for it.
I'm gonna tell you something about tonight, bro. Tonight's gonna show us a lot about Philly, bro. If Philly comes out here and wins this game tonight, they're real championship contenders.
I wouldn't buy that shit off the clearance rack ticket.
No. Listen,
I wouldn't buy that shit off the clearance rack, bro.
I want you. Hold on. I want you to hear what I'm saying though. Because we got to remember, Boston has had internal issues before, and those things can creep back up if they get down early in this game. The frustration could creep in. See, Philly, Doc is a great coach, and we got to remember, Doc used to coach the Boston Celtics. This is personal for him too. The way he had to leave out of that organization,
he got ran out of there.
So we got to think about that too. It's personal for him. He's not coming in here to lay down this game and saying we got to split. he doing what the East Spo did. They coming for blood. So even if Embiid just gives you a Willis Reed moment tonight, where he can't really do much, but he's out there. Now, what does that do? His presence helps you with Horford, helps you with Robert Williams, helps keep those guys focused on him. Just because
when is that gonna happen? When is Joel playing hurt ever help the team?
Hold on. I want to say this. Hold on. But I feel a little differently because I think that he gonna go to Harden and say, look, you be the orchestrator, get and do the I'm out here more so as support for you guys. I'm gonna rebound as much as I can, and I'm gonna protect the rim as much as I can around the basket. But I'm not looking to come out here and get 40 tonight and try to do all that. I'm gonna leave you guys doing that. Y'all got a rhythm. I think that he can help in that fashion if he's out there, because now Horford and them just can't roam, and Robert Williams and them, they gotta pay attention to Embiid while he's out there. So now the other guys got confidence. See what I'm saying? I think it's sort of like what happened with the Lakers. Think about when LeBron got hurt. Everybody was playing with AD. All those other guys got confidence. So now when LeBron comes back, all the other guys, Austin Reeves, all these guys, they've already got confidence. They rolling. So now your main guy comes back. All he does is fit in. So LeBron has fit into what everybody else been doing. See what I'm saying? I think the same thing from Embiid from that game. He sit back and say, damn, dog, these dudes really ball. So now he knows I don't have to come out here and do a 40-point game and this, that, and third for us to win, because we already came on the road and these dudes showed us that now they got confidence. So now Maxey and these other guys, right? You looking for them to step back up again. I'm looking for James Harden to orchestrate. James know the double. He know the double coming tonight. Even though the coach said I didn't double, because when we double, they got 6 easy, quick points. When we double James Harden, James know how to come off the rock. Bro, listen, Philly is going for this win tonight, bro. And I think it's going to come down to a fourth quarter again. And if your boy Grilltown, if he don't get it done in the clutch, there's something lingering with him and Jaylen Brown. Remember that I told you that.
I'll remember that you told me that. And once again, I said this already, and I still stand on the logic. I think Philly goes as far as Joel Embiid is going to take them.
Okay.
It's hard to carry that heavy ass beard on a bum knee.
Yo, so that's wild. So what the next question I want to ask is, how do we see James Harden bouncing back this game? Is he gonna keep it consistent?
Yes. 25 and 12. 12 assists. I got James Harden getting triple-double tonight. 25-point triple-double, and it comes down to the wire. And you know, they don't let James play one-on-one no more in the final minutes of the game. I see James kicking it maybe to Maxey or somebody like that. One of those guys hitting a big shot late. You know, I don't think they go try to ride Embiid like they normally do. No homo. I think that Embiid gives you around 27, 28 minutes a night. And I think that's enough. Bro, listen, bro. Boston's against it tonight, man.
They are, no question about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
They better come out with a tsunami in that first quarter, Chilltown.
Marcus Smart has to be better defensively. They got to be better on their rotations defensively. I saw them have too many lapses in terms of communication.
Harden got 100%. Harden got confidence. You heard that shit. Dub was talking. Oh, he can't get to the rim. Harden got confidence, bro.
Well, he could get to the rim. I saw him blow. Like I said, I saw him blow past. I saw him get past. I saw him get past Al Horford. I'm thinking to myself, 5 years ago, James Harden punches that 100%. But they got to get what they have to do defensively. They got to be better. Like Milton can't come off the bench and knock down 4 or 5 threes and give them 17 points. They got to get better in that aspect. Robert Williams got to be on the floor more as a rim protector. They have to have those things in order, especially with Embiid now back in the lineup. I don't know how much Embiid's going to give them, but the fact that he's on the floor, Robert Williams needs to be on the floor more, 100%. And to see James Harden go off again, like I said, I'm not buying it, but I will 100% come on here and say I was wrong if I see that.
Yo, go ahead, Damo.
28, 5 and 10 coming from James Harden tonight. Efficient game. Joel Embiid is going to coast with a cool little 22-24. Nothing too crazy. Just wave, say thank you for the MVP, and get up out of there and take this second
Damo,
game.
if they do that, I think they win.
100%.
If they do that, I think they win. I'd be
Philly are
surprised if
winning.
they lost.
Philly are winning, guaranteed.
28, 10 and 5, and then 22 and I don't know what you say from Embiid, 22 and what?
Give me 22 and 10. Light night. 22
I'm
8.
having a difficult time unless I'm having a difficult time seeing Philly lose if they getting that kind of production from those two guys.
They're gonna be lucky if Joel come out the locker room after halftime. He's hurt, bro.
Yeah, he still shouldn't be playing.
It's
100%.
It's not no light shit, bro. On top of that, dude is big as hell. Like when you that big, in any like the slightest turns like this, like the twerk that it causes on your joints, your knees, your hips, your ankles, bro. That's serious, bro. It's serious. He got a history of it too, and he got a history of injury too.
And it's not like he's one of those bigs that just run from paint to paint. Like,
well, we're gonna see the first few possessions how he's moving. That's gonna be the most important thing. How is he moving those first few possessions? If he's moving well, then you know what I'm saying. We know that he's good to go. If he's
you could talk to any doctor, you know, that specializes in that. I don't remember what those type of doctors are called, whatever. But physical therapists, all of them, they'll tell you, but it's literally twerk when you turn like that. Twerk, my bad. Twerk.
No problem. I'm with you.
Twerk.
I gotta stay focused.
You twerking now?
What you got going down there in Mexico, man? Hold on.
Hold on. I'm with you. I'm with you.
My bad.
I'm with you.
You know, when you turn it like that, bro, and y'all all know basketball, it's a lot of turning and going, bro. And he's heavy. I just don't like him being out there. I say a lot about Joel Embiid, but I want him to have a long career. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be able to play. I think the fans, especially the Philly fans, they deserve to have a guy like Joel for a while, bro. And I think I just don't like him jeopardizing that.
Which I'm surprised to hear this from both you and Ticket, considering y'all are big fellas. So you guys know how big fellas operate, right? Mm-hmm. You know how difficult it is as a big guy, and the pain and the stress on knees and on feet, and when you running out of gas, or if you hurt, how much simpler it is to get hurt even more. So I'm surprised that
chill. I had just last night with the girls last night when I was coaching last night. I'm like, yo, if y'all miss your free throws, I'll run with you. I tell you what, man, my knees. I'm pissed. Like, y'all better make some damn free throws.
Because I can't keep doing this. I ain't gonna hold up.
Yo, but fellas, I do want to transition into one more part of this series, and then we'll go ahead and jump into these super chats. Mm-hmm. But chill. You said you had the Celtics tonight, right?
I do. I have Boston tonight. Okay,
so it's four of us because I'm taking Philly. So it's four of us taking Philly. Mm-hmm. Ox and Chill are both saying the Celtics, right? Mm-hmm. But we all, except for Ox, have agreed that if James Harden has a good game, it's a good chance that Philly loses or wins. Right. But this is the point that I'm trying to make. If Philly goes up 2-0, and Dale alluded to this earlier, what are we saying about Jason Tatum?
I'm not saying anything about Jason Tatum, and the reason why is because I saw him last year in an elimination game on the road in Milwaukee against the defending champs, go in there and put 46 on him. So I know that he can do something if he falls behind in a series. I'm not going to completely just negate this and go, this series is over, because I've seen these guys respond to pressure like that. So I'm not going to just say that it's over, but they got a tall task ahead of them if they lose this game, 100%.
It depends how he plays. If he plays terribly, then I'm going to say he played terribly. If he plays well and they lose, I'm going to be like, he played well and they lost. Mm-hmm. So it just depends on how the fashion in which they lose and the fashion in which he plays. So, yeah.
Hey, Bob, you twerking, Bob?
Stop, bro.
I mean, that's what you said, though. You got to.
So sometimes I don't enunciate too well, but I was tripping.
Hey, man, picture Bob in the club twerking, y'all.
Oh, that's crazy.
What the fuck? Hey, you here, Ron?
Boy, Bob, whistle while you twerk, sucker.
All right, y'all, come on. Hey, we gonna jump to these super chats. We're gonna start from the top. Ronnie Williams said 6 free throws to 29 is wild to me, and Poole could have moved in or passed to Clay, had Dennis on him in the corner. I'd rather him shooting that from 40 feet. Would you guys have
Clay-
rather Clay shoot a contested corner three?
Clay wasn't even in a position to shoot the ball. Buddy is not even like go back and look at the play. Clay is standing still with Dennis right here face guarding him, not in any position to make a play on the ball, man.
They had 10
Only the
seconds.
right
I would have just worked for something better than a 30-foot free. And the free throw discrepancy is simply because Golden State didn't get inside. That's the
Shot
whole
53 threes, man.
So if that's wild to you, then I guess. But I mean,
if you get 20 free throws and shot 53 threes, oh my god, bro! Like, I don't know what kind of game you having.
And like I said, I for that game, I was simply box score watching. I didn't watch the game. Like I said, the fellas last night, they kind of were telling me about it. So when I saw the free throw discrepancy, I was like, yo, what's up with the refs? They trying to give it to him. And then I think it was actually Gabe that pointed that out. It was like, bro, they shot so many threes. How you expect them to shoot free throws? So I don't think we can, put the free throw differential into play right now.
Kim Simby said, Mars, I don't get it. You have the 76ers and Phoenix making the finals, but you have Nikola as your MVP all season.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
What does that have to
the regular season award doesn't correlate to what I think will happen in the playoffs.
Or no, just because you won the league MVP, that doesn't necessarily mean that your team's gonna. I think your team's gonna win the NBA championship. That doesn't mean that.
Or even make it to the finals.
Right.
Exactly. But the Phoenix take is looking to age poorly. I will say that it's not looking good.
I want Phoenix. I want Phoenix. I swear I do. I want Phoenix to pull it out. I need them to win.
Angie Carr said, y'all think Joker gonna spaz out this series and drop monster numbers like what Hakeem did because he lost out in the MVP to Robinson?
I genuinely don't think he cares. I don't think Jokic cares about the MVP. Do I think he's going to put out crazy numbers? Probably. He's Jokic. He puts up crazy numbers.
I don't think he cared about winning it last year, to be honest with you.
I don't think he's ever cared, to be honest.
I don't think he cares about the MVPs. His teammates.
I don't think he cares. I really don't. But to answer your question, Angie, about the numbers, I mean, what did he go? 39, 16, and 12?
Yeah, he always goes spaz out with the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers are going to be high regardless.
Well, with that being said, is it another gear that Nikola can hit?
Yeah, his touch around the rim has been a bit questionable in the last couple games he's had. Although I think the Denver Nuggets scorekeepers are kind of capping. They're giving him all these offensive rebounds and on some putback attempts that I don't even think he has control of the ball. And they're giving him missed shots and they're giving him offensive rebounds. I'm like, so the first game he had 19 rebounds and 8 of them were offensive. 6 of them just came from putback attempts, right? I don't even think he had control of the ball. So he ended up having 21 field goal attempts. So I'm like, he didn't really take that many shots. So I think the Denver Nuggets scorekeepers need to be looked at. They're capping.
Why, Mars, you don't think that those should count as shot attempts and
I think it counts as shot attempts and rebounds if you have control of the ball. But it feels like he's trying to get control of the ball and they're putting it down as shot attempts. I don't think he has control of the ball to register as a rebound or a shot attempt.
Well, that's not necessarily true, Miles, because I can tip the ball, and that's a shot attempt.
But I don't think they're controlled tips. Yeah, but I don't think they're controlled tips. That's my point.
Okay.
I feel like he's trying to get control of the ball, and they're giving him rebounds and missed shots when I don't think he has control of the tip. So that's just my opinion. But
I can give it that.
Hit 44 said, "Ticket, you got it. Saw your live stream in traffic on the ATV while cursing someone out in Spanish. Laughing emoji. Also, can someone tell Bam to turn up? What's he on?"
Been asking for years.
Bam's gonna bam.
Yeah, I know that I'm a Bam guy, but come on, big fella. Come on, big fella.
Bry Nation said, thoughts on the media's downplay / completely ignoring KD's involvement in the Bron/Curry rivalry. Is it disrespectful to KD's legacy strictly as a player?
If Phoenix made the conference finals, no, it's because KD was on the team in the 2 finals trips. So they're like, well, Steph had KD, so we're leaving out that context. But if KD gets to the conference finals and plays LeBron, they're gonna do the LeBron-KD rivalry as well, and they're gonna bring up the 2 finals appearances KD had against LeBron. It's just because Steph's playing him, so they're doing that for the narrative. That's it. It's not anything against either of the players.
If anything, KD disrespected himself. If you're looking at it that way,
honestly, by involving himself in some business that wasn't even his.
Yeah, you got somebody else to be for what? First of all, stay out of grown folks' business. Next time grown folks is talking, shut the fuck up, yeah.
NY said Ticket is on point on Vando offensively. He got 2 easy jump shots and put it up, I'm assuming, but his legs weren't there, so he hesitated and got blocked both times.
If y'all questioning Vando's motor and his fatigue level. I mean, I don't know. I don't know so many. I haven't been able to watch Vando and evaluate the fact that he's played 30 minutes. Yeah, he didn't jump.
No, he running good, Joe. He running good. He's running really good.
He looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, he's running good.
I don't
he's
know,
running
man.
really good.
Vando, a young buck. He could if KD could play 35 minutes, Vando could easily play 35.
Like, I don't.
And I ain't buying this whole logic about minutes being played. I watched Kobe Bryant average 42 minutes in the playoffs in 2009.
That's Kobe though, chill. That's
He's
that's
the highest level of basketball.
In year 14?
That's Bean.
Still not everyone's Kobe. But Vanderbilt's motor is just so high. I can understand why fatigue might be a factor.
Yeah, I can't see that, but
how many minutes is he getting? How many minutes did he get?
No, I don't. From what I saw, I don't think he was like fatigued or anything. But I can understand why a player with his type of motor could fatigue in less time than like a KD.
If he's played 18 to 22 minutes all year, and we're asking him to play 43 in the playoffs, I understand that. I can feel it. But looking back at it, last night he played
like 25, I think.
Yeah, I want to see some exact. He played 25 minutes last night. That's nothing. And majority of his time was played against Stephen Curry. When Curry was in the game, he played. When Curry came out, he came out. And he didn't even play the entire time Curry played. Curry had more minutes than him. So I don't think he started. I don't think his motor is so bad that if we ask him to play 30 minutes, he's going to collapse and hit the side of the backboard shooting corner threes. Like, I don't think it's that bad.
All right, fellas, moving along. Filthy said Draymond passed that so fast it felt like that was the shot they were looking for, or at least to me. I don't know. I don't think it was that bad of a shot.
No, Draymond just didn't want the ball, but I still think it's a bad shot. But I just think they should have worked it. They had 10 seconds. You could have run a pick and roll with Draymond, got Steph Curry like he's off the ball in that situation. Then no one's helping off Steph or Clay. Like you can probably get a good look in that situation more than just a 30-foot free with 10 seconds.
Me and Big Ox had this conversation about the Clippers in the playoffs with Eric Gordon. Yo, it's still 3 points, brother. Whether it's from 24,
you don't get bonus points for shooting from foul.
It does. If you can take one step in, it doesn't matter. It's still 3.
And so you think they'll ever do something like that in the NBA? Like how they got in the big 3, like at a 4-point spot or something?
I don't think so. Not in my lifetime. I doubt it.
Maybe in my lifetime.
Maybe.
Matthew Lindler said the free throw difference was crazy, but the series should be great between the Golden State Warriors and the Lakers. Hopefully it goes to 7.
Lakers and 6.
No, hopefully not.
Dom don't want nothing to do with the Warriors in Game 7 in their building.
Not no 7 games.
Dom, trust me, you don't want a Game 7 with Steph Curry.
Nah, he don't want
I didn't want the series with Steph Curry. Man, I was licking my chops, hoping them boys in Sacramento stepped up and just did something historic. If I could have got Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox this round,
all right, bro,
we got so much rest.
Chill, bro, chill.
All right, moving along. RJ said, it's been a rough year in my life, fighting some depression, and now I got a case for a mistake I made. Y'all shows I've been tuning in for the past year, and it helps me feel better. So thank y'all.
100%, RJ. Stay strong, brother.
Big love, RJ.
Shout out to you, man.
Love yourself, brother. Love yourself.
Keep your head up, too. Oscar Proud Jr. said, so Jimmy better, but take KD off any OKC team, and they don't lose by a couple without KD. Stop playing with the recency bias.
So Jimmy better. Buckets is better than KD, but if you take KD off of OKC, they don't lose by a couple without KD. What are you talking about? I don't know if I understand.
Oh, okay. So Miami only lost by 6 yesterday without Jimmy Butler. He said if you took KD off OKC, they get blown out. They don't lose just by 2 possessions. Well,
they didn't get blown out of any. I don't remember them getting blown out when Russell Westbrook was the league MVP.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
What are you talking about?
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just
trying. No. I get it. I understand that, but I don't remember. I don't remember the OKC Thunder getting blown out of any playoff games when Russell Westbrook was the league MVP. I don't remember.
On top of that, Scott Brooks had to be the worst coach in basketball history behind Mike D'Antoni, of course.
Oh my God.
I remember Kevin Durant getting hurt and Westbrook averaging a triple-double for like a month or 2, and the questions arrived. Oh, man, if he was by himself for a whole season, could he do it? Hey, man, I remember those times. So You're right. They don't lose by a couple. They probably win.
Oscar Brown Jr. back-to-back. He said, pull me up, Ron. I'm baking some of y'all. Y'all love taking out logic of basketball with Kevin Durant.
Oscar, bring your ass.
You just got cooked, by the way, though.
Right, Oscar, bring your ass up here. We will flame you. Are you crazy?
Hey, chill ain't nothing but a few hours away.
Right, we will flame you. I hate these dudes that come up. I hate these dudes that come up. Bring me up. I will bake some of you. You ain't baking nobody. You can't bake cookies.
The day somebody get baked by Oscar Proud Jr. is the day pigs fly, bro.
Get out of here.
I'm not trying to hear that one.
Oscar, you heard that? Pull up the chill with chill.
I hate these dudes. I can't stand them when these dudes do that, yo. Y'all dudes, it looks simple to come up here and talk basketball. It's not. Especially when you got people throwing different stuff at you. You get in the torture chamber. All of a sudden, it's you ain't as smart as you are sitting behind that keyboard.
You start looking like that Mr. Krabs meme.
Yes, that's what you start looking like.
Oscar, we appreciate the super chat.
Thank you, though. Thank you very much.
The Tribe One said the Suns are better with KD with less depth than they were without KD with more depth. They do have chemistry issues. Aiton say they had prior.
The way it's looking, I don't think they were a championship team either or. I think you need KD plus the depth to be a championship team. I don't think you can pick one or the other and be a championship team the way it looks right now.
And every team has issues. Every championship team has issues. Nobody's going to the championship and everything is great and we love each other. No, it's not going on.
Mm-hmm.
Pimp named Slickback said Nuggets have a better roster, but Ticket is right. The Suns should have transitioned into a new era with Bridges and Johnson and moved on from CP3. Bridges averaged 20 points per game in the last 2 months in Phoenix.
He was the third. I think he was the third leading scorer on that crew when D-Book was on the crew. And that was at like 17 a game, 16 a game, something like that. When D-Book was on the crew.
Yeah,
Devin Booker's going to end up leaving, and we're going to look back, and it's going to be because they gutted the team to get Kevin Durant and try to win. And if they don't win, they're going to regret it.
I'll take Devin Booker in Houston.
I bet you will.
I'll take it to LA. Hey, listen, sign and trade. We got to find D'Lo for you and a Troy Brown.
We got a nice Kevin Porter Jr.
Just so you know, Damo, click. Yeah, it is.
We got some bread.
Troy Brown, and who else you said?
D'Lo, Troy Brown, Malik Beasley.
Click.
Come on, man.
D Smooth said Ticket speaking facts. 100. I see the Suns getting swept. KD always gets passes like Ticket dates, no excuses. Ticket hates no excuses. KD has Devin Booker.
I think KD always gets passes, but yeah.
Always.
NY said Dale is the founder and the president of the Kevin Durant Club. Never seen anyone defend KD this much. Even Chill don't do it that much for LeBron.
I guess.
Oscar Proud Jr. again said everyone everywhere gave up on the Suns this year before the trade.
Yeah, no one had them winning the championship.
Because they fell off crazy.
I did not have them winning it. No, I did not.
After you get blew up about 98 points, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard
to get smoked like that in your building in Game 7. They was
talking. They were the Grizzlies of last year, basically.
And Luka went in there. I'm 100% confident. I didn't watch the rest of that game. Like when it was down 40, I was out.
That was the game Luka outscored them single-handedly in the first.
Yes, just Luka himself.
Yeah, I stopped watching at halftime.
I was out. I think they went down 40. I was like, I don't need to see no more of this. I'm good.
Young SA9 said blame Curry versus the Lakers game 1 like y'all blamed KD for game 2.
Steph played better than KD did.
Right, and understand the difference between blaming somebody and giving praise to somebody. We don't have to blame Curry more than we have to give the Lakers praise. They played great. So we ought to blame Curry. It wasn't Curry's fault. The Lakers just played great.
Moving along, Keenan B said no team in modern NBA history is traded for an all-star / all-NBA player at the deadline and won the chip that same season. Not enough time to gel defensively. Only exception is the 04 Pistons with Sheed because Shaq and Kobe beef.
The 95 Rockets with Clyde Drexler. They traded for mid-season.
Rewind the clock back to 89. Adrian Dantley for Mark McGuire. That's not true.
Damn, you're cooked, buddy.
That's not true.
See, look at us off the top. You know,
Yo, Donovan Samuel said, let's be real. Suns with or without CP3 didn't have the roster to compete with the Nuggets. That was clearly exposed in the first round. Phoenix doesn't have the depth to compete with any of the teams left in the playoffs.
Yeah, that might be true. That's looking true.
Definitely true.
Yeah.
Wayne Go Crazy said, Ticket, what game were you watching? Laughing my ass off. Julius was not going at Bam. Laughing my ass
It
off.
looked like he was going at Caleb Martin to me from what I was watching. But
I mean, that's what I was saying from the beginning, though. Like, it's nobody over there to really slow Julius down with Jimmy or without Jimmy.
No,
Julius...
he slows himself down.
Of course, Mars is gonna say that. I knew Mars was gonna say that.
He
Right
slows
there.
himself down.
Don't worry about somebody else.
Yeah, this was an anomaly.
Don't worry about somebody else getting in his way. He gonna get in his own way. Don't worry about that.
He'll revert back to normal.
NBA Lanny said Julius threw up a shot, nothing but the top of the backboard.
He was just preparing you for
Julius.
game 3. He was preparing you for game
Julius.
3. That's all it was. Giving you a preview.
The Tribe One said, shout out Perk for sabotaging Jokic's third MVP.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out
So I'm
Perkins.
telling you,
100%.
it's politics.
He was wild for that too, by the way.
I knew it was bad when they came out. He had to apologize.
Yeah.
I
He was
wasn't trying
wild.
to say nobody was racist.
That was the higher up. That was the higher ups going to Perk and going, yo, you got to go walk that back.
Lint
Too late, the
Liquor
damage was
said,
done.
Lint Liquor said this series is the finals for Philly. The Knicks can't match us. Miami is hurt. No team in the West gives us trouble. The Celtics are our finals.
That ain't true.
I think if the Lakers come out the West, that gives you trouble. If Denver comes out the West, that gives you trouble. Now I think you beat Phoenix and I think you beat the Warriors, but LA or Denver, they
I don't want LA.
problems.
And on top of all of that, you just mentioned those teams being hurt. Isn't your big man not healthy? What are you talking about?
That's also true. And you have Doc Rivers coaching you.
We put Vando on the beard, getting clipped. That beard's getting shaved. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Andrew Bello said Jordan Poole is going to turn into Jordan when he sees Kim K courtside in LA. That's wild. Moving along, Andrew G said, I am not worried at all. Celtics in 6, we own them.
Philly in 4.
Andrew is the same dude. He roasts Jason Tatum on the regular. He comes into my chat. He's on Chill and Chill with Chill, or when I'm on live, he roasts these dudes. Now, it's kind of interesting that the narrative with him has changed.
Mr. Okoro said, why you think the Warriors ain't bringing Kuminga?
Because you can't give quality playoff minutes because there's so little room for error. You can't allow someone to learn on the fly in the postseason, and he's just not there yet in terms of the understanding of the game, which is the same reason I think Jordan Poole shouldn't be playing as much as he does. So, yeah.
Especially when you got vets that understand the game. It's not like the whole crew is young. No, you got a bunch of guys on the crew that been there before. We can't be held up by you.
Yeah. And he doesn't space the floor either. That's why JaMychal Green was getting some burn yesterday, even though he hasn't really been good all season.
I did read his super chat. Yes, I did. Angie, that's not true. Yes, I did. I went back and read it. Yes, I did.
Big Buford said, if the Sixers beat Boston, is this a cakewalk to the finals? And would Embiid be solidified as a top 10 center of all time with a ring? Hypothetical talk.
The center is the most stacked position of all time. That's the problem. Because you get to like 8 names and you're at David Robinson or something. So
that's crazy too.
It's kind of top 10
Buford,
tough.
This is how we get to the bottom of that. Where is Embiid now? That's the $1 million question.
Is Embiid over Dwight Howard?
No.
You don't think what MVP he is?
Even with a league MVP, no.
And I don't think Dwight Howard
and 2 scoring titles?
Dwight has what, 3 defensive player of the years? 4?
Yeah.
And it should have been 4.
I don't know. I might. So hold on, wait.
And we also talking about a Dwight Howard who was very durable, not only very durable, dominant on defense, a solid 20 a game guy. Solid 20 a game, 20 and 14, 20 and 15. I do not have Joel Embiid over Dwight Howard. No, I do not.
Embiid's not even over Jokic yet. So, like, that means if Embiid's in the top 10, you have to have Jokic in the top 10. And if you're saying they're both top 10 already, I'd have to hear the top 10 because I don't like, they're not over Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Moses Malone, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, Bill Russell. I don't know how many names I just said, but that's like 8 names already.
That's 8. That was 8 guys.
So
that was 8 guys right there.
Like, I don't know. The center position is just so stacked.
It's
kind of hard to just say someone's definitively top 10.
And again, Mars, when I think about a guy moving into the top 10, that suggests to me that he's got to be at least close to it because he can't be like 40 and then jump to the top 10. No, that's not going to work.
Hassan Muhammad with another one. He said, if AD wins another chip, where does that put him in an all-time power forward list?
Two NBA championships, first team All NBA. What? I think he's going to make the All-League defensive team again this year.
And AD doesn't.
I think it solidifies
player
him.
of the year.
No, he doesn't. But he finished second twice.
But he's consistently been a top.
Yeah,
he should have defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he finished second twice, and I think he's going to be an All-League defender this year. I think that if they win it this year, I think that solidifies him as a top 10 4-man.
You going over Kevin McHale?
I think you can make an argument that he's a top 5, top 10, not top 5, top 10 4-man all time.
Do you have him over Kevin McHale?
Damn. I think he was a better defender than Kevin McHale. That might be the separator. Kevin McHale was a better offensive. Kevin McHale had more O than him, 100%. He was buckets on that box.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
that's
fellas.
Tough, Mars. That's tough. Woo-wee.
I just found
fellas,
some great comparisons.
It's been real, as
it's
always.
It's been fun.
Dub episode. Y'all know where to find us. Same time tomorrow.
Take it light, but take it.